Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stock Sniper Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure. Hey everyone, welcome. Good evening. Thanks for joining. We're going to get started in just a couple minutes. Again, we started just a little earlier on these Tokyo sessions. We also have some big news coming around 7 p.m. Eastern. The House is going to vote on opening up the government. So it's going to be exciting. Maybe we'll get that news during the call and we'll see some crazy moves. So guys, proper risk management. We'll get started in a couple minutes. Hope you're all having a great day. And let's see what we can do in these markets tonight.
Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Sniper Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure it. Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to Stock Sniper Trading. My name is Ron. My partner is Dave. Thanks for joining, guys. Good evening. For some of you guys, good morning. Welcome, guys. I know it might be, if you guys are in Europe or somewhere else, it might be very, very early in the morning for you guys. It might be 1, 2, 3, 4 a.m. Eastern. But you guys are soldiers, and we got to do what we got to do in these markets. And let's get into this, okay? Because right now the House in the U.S. is voting. Around 7 p.m. they're going to come up with the results, whether they're going to open up the U.S. government, the shutdown that we're in right now. And that could affect what we're trading. We're trading gold. So guys, just keep that in mind, that news can be released anytime during our call. We could see some volatility. It's not even, we're in the Tokyo market and we're not even in the futures market open at 8 p.m. So plan for today's, we're going to go quickly over today's news. And then we're going to do a full top-down analysis on gold from the daily, 4-hour, hourly, and then finally bring it down into the 5 minutes. And before I start, I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, so this is the disclaimer for YouTube. We're not financial advisors here at SST. We're just some guys having some fun with you guys, and we're analyzing the charts together. And if we can make some pancakes, it's great, and we're going to learn something new, and we're going to have fun. It's education and entertainment, okay? So I hope everyone is having a great day, and let's see what we're going to do. But before we get started, I left this everything from last night's call. So I want to show you some key zones, okay? I did not touch anything. This chart was just exactly how we left it off. You guys remember this sell we took, and it came down here. This is when we ended the call at 8:30. So you see it bounced off the purple line, and you see it wicked off, came back. Where did it kind of consolidate? In this red zone right at the white line. You see how it held? This is what we call an inside block. This block in here, it's an inside block. This is what we use for 1 minute scalping when we're scalping just for a few 20 pips, 30 pips, inside block, bouncing it around here. Now, if you see when it came back down, there's your double top. The trend is still going down. This red block held up. It closed below here, and then there's your bar that penetrated through and closed below and continued push down. You remember this green zone? This exact green zone, this red line, I told you guys, place an alert there. I was watching the ball game, and I got an alert where it came down right down here. I got it triggered, I got alert. And then I saw that wick coming right back up, and guess what, guys? I hit that wick with a buy, and I was in that candle and just a little bit of the next one, and I grabbed 40 pips, and I was out. Like just watching the basketball game. I had the alert come here, and then look, guys, if you continue with this zone, did that bar close below? Yes. You continue red into the future. Continue put it. And then we see how low it came. You see how low it came? Right near that daily point of interest yellow line. It just missed it by a couple ticks and continued to come up. So it never broke the daily point of interest. And you extend this into the future. You see where it first had some resistance right in there, came back down. It's holding the white lines. You guys know the white lines on my chart are hourly points of interest. And this is what scalpers use. We kind of base our scalping off of hourly. That's a higher time frame for us 1 minute, 5 minute traders. However, you can also have a 4-hour and a yellow daily as a higher time frame. This is where we get more volume, more interaction, more transactions. But if you like scalping, you can see how it kind of bounced around here, double bottom, continue close above, you got a next push. And then look at after the next push. Look at the same red block from over here. If you stretch it into the future, you can see wick, 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 continue to come right back down. Where did it retest? That red line. Because now the volume is closed above, you should be flipping it green, right? And continue. That's why I tell you guys, stretch them into the future. And then you can see today's move. It continued to come up, higher low, break above there, a little bit of a fake out, came back down, did not come back down. Did it revisit the green box? No. It's continued to hold. Again, another false breakout, came right back down. And then right here, look at the time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. And then it started to really go move. Has it closed above this zone? Yes. You go red to green. Continue with this zone into the future. Now you see how we needed that New York volume, 930, to break through of the big red zone above us, that previous daily high. And there it is. And this is where we're trading. I could now literally trade off of exactly yesterday's top-down analysis. This is today's volume right now. You can see it just hit again that daily point of interest, 4,212. Rejected down that shitty volume. They pushed it right back down. And you see right now how it's holding support. So this is right now our daily points of interest. This yellow line, this yellow line. I could continue to trade with this chart right now, and I have levels below me. This big red zone should be a green zone. I can kind of tidy up my charts again below here. If it ever comes, I could get rid of a few things, keep my zones. And this is how you can continue to trade with alerts and signals throughout the day. Okay, so did that help, guys? Because I'm gonna erase everything and we're gonna start fresh with a brand new chart. So I hope you guys are learning top-down analysis, because it's setting up your blueprint for success in your trading. And when you get good at identifying your higher time frame points of interest, your points of control, you will do really well as long as you're patient, you're disciplined, and you know how to utilize proper risk management in trading. Okay, so does that help, guys? Because right now, look, I don't want to see anyone cry, but I'm removing all 33 drawings, see? So now we're right back to a blank chart, because what we're going to do is we're going to start again with a fresh top-down analysis. This is where you guys are going to learn, okay? So hit the likes, hit the subscribe button. We have 150 viewers for Tokyo, which is amazing, guys, so thank you. I'm going to go quickly, okay? So I'm going to talk a little fast, because we got a lot to do tonight, okay? So first thing is news. Forex Factory, real quick. There was a lot of news today, a lot of FOMC speakers already. US had their 10-year bond auction. There's a 30-year bond auction coming up this week as well. News-wise for us going into the Tokyo futures market, this is our news right now. We've got some Australian news, some British news. We have some high impact Australian news. So if you're trading the AUD currency pair, make sure you guys understand you got two high impact folders here, unemployment change and your unemployment rate, okay? And then US government still is technically shut down, but we're gonna have a vote coming up right now, like around 7 p.m. And it will determine whether they open up the governments and they're back to business. So we got to understand that there could be some volatility, okay? So this is where you got to think about how much you're going to risk, because they're going to drop that news at any time, okay? And then the market might trade crazy when they drop that. So you got to understand that that is coming up, okay? And then if they do open up the governments, all US folders the rest of the week will be released. And we've got big ones coming up tomorrow and Friday. CPI, inflation, we've been waiting for this for multiple months, and PPI, Producers Price Index. These are two huge high impact red folders at the end of the week when they're about to open up the government, okay? So you got to understand the rest of this week is going to be volatile, guys. Please consider that, okay? It's not the time to go gambling in these markets, because you could see some craziness, because they have not released a lot of news in over a month. If it's not going to be released, it's not going to be released, but you still have to expect that it's going to come out, okay? That's how you have, that's the type of mindset you got to have, Dustin. If you just say they're not going to release it, what if they release it? Then you got to always be ready. You got to adapt when they release news. I'm going to say that I'm ready for the rest of the week. I'll be trading. So I'm going to expect that if they drop that news, I'm ready for it, okay? So that's tonight's news. Earnings, guys. Cisco had a big earnings in the after hours. They beat their earnings per share. They beat their revenue. Good growth. All continuing to piggyback off of AI. So Cisco had a big earnings in the after hours. Yahoo News right now. What's in the news? More Fed officials sound caution on rate cuts. So this is Boston Fed Susan Collins was the latest to join a chorus of officials hinting that they may not support a December cut. Okay, Dow closes. Anyone watch Miss Jones today? Holy shit. Dow Jones closed above 48,000, guys, for the first time that shutdown vote looms. This is incredible. Like, Dow Jones to almost be at 50,000. Guys, I was trading this thing when it was like 9,000, 10,000, and now it's 5 times to 50,000. It's unbelievable, mind-boggling how fast these things move. Okay, what else we got? Longest shutdown in U.S. history might be ending tonight around 7 p.m. Trump Bessent hint on reducing tariffs on coffee and bananas and soft commodities over here. They're playing their tariff game. What else we got going on? Cisco stock surges as company raises forecasts amid the AI boom. So technology is still strong. You know, maybe NASDAQ took a little bit of a hit, but it's still a strong sector. Okay, oil posts biggest drop since June amid July glut concerns. Guys, if we have time today and we have enough likes on the stream, I will do a full top down of oil. I think it's time we go over oil because it was down 4% today. It's at historic lows. Okay, so I think if we do a solid top-down analysis on oil, and we could look at some key levels, okay? It still has further room to drop, but there could be some very nice swing positions on buy side coming up very, very soon, okay? So if you guys are cool with that, if we have enough likes and subscribes on the channel, I have no problem doing that at the end of the call for like a good 20 minutes, nice thorough analysis, okay? And what else we got going on? Okay, so gold, big day today, $85. It was up over 2%. Gold, big bullish day. Okay, guys, in our Discord channel, we sent out a couple gold trades right here. This is how it looks. So we're looking for gold buys above 4,195. And you guys can see how the candlesticks, how they play out. Not everything is going to come exactly right at that number. So you got to use a little... you got to learn, guys. You got to learn price action. So you see how it came down, closed below, bullish ignited candle, closed back up, and there's your retest right there. Exactly. So, and then it pushed, took out the high, we moved up to there. And if you don't do anything, markets, we know, we trade live with you guys, could pull back, but you use these as static levels. So you see again, they pushed it down, but then it came, closed up again, right there again. So it's kind of like a double bottom with a higher low liquidity, and then there's your ignited bar continuing to take off. So guys, if you need some help with signals, trade ideas, some confluence on your charts, we provide indices, commodities, FX pairs, and to help you guys, okay? They're pretty good signals as long as you understand how to interpret them. And we give trade management to help you guys out with them, okay? It's not just trade blind, right? Trading is not trading blind. We're not Stevie Wonder here. We got to actually watch what we're doing here, okay? You got to use a little common sense, and you got to watch what's going on in the markets, okay? And this is our free Telegram channel. It's pinned at the top of YouTube for everybody, guys. So this is all of our live YouTube links. So we post them here. Dave and I are gonna do more shorts for you guys. Maybe you guys like shorts, 30-second clips of what we're doing. So join this, guys. Join our Instagrams too. You can join my Instagram, Dave's Instagram, Stock Sniper Trading. We'll do some more reels and shit like that. Okay, and this was Dave in his private session, guys. There's also Dave does private work over here, helping the snipers in the New York Zoom, and they caught a big move over here. And everything available here, guys. You know, I post you guys in your comments. I read all your comments every day. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, guys. Shout outs to all of you guys. And everything we do here, we give back. Free blogs, all of our free live trading, promos, and giveaways, and all of that stuff, okay? So that's the free Telegram. It's pinned at the top. And guys, finally, visit our website if you're interested in joining a really good trading team. There's lots of education. There's too much education. Too much. Like I don't even know if someone can go through this. We have Justin in our group who's been going probably 2 months strong, day in and day out, going through all this stuff, and he's probably barely went through a quarter of it. They're long, guys. Those webinars are like 2 to 3 hours long. Okay, so lots going on. Our live trading schedule. We're loving Tokyo this week, so we're going to continue again with a Tokyo session. And then our free blogs are all available for you guys right over here. Okay, this is a good one also on Apple, guys. If you're going to consider, you know, taking some Forex money, profit, and moving it into the stock market for long-term holds. Okay, and finally, guys, thank you to everybody for all the support. We hit 88,000, guys. That's amazing. So thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. Thank you, guys. We're on our goal to a 100,000, and we can't do it without you guys, okay? It's 6:42, so give me about 10-15 minutes. I'll do a solid top-down analysis for all of us. We'll go from the daily, 4-hour, hourly, down to the 5 minutes. If this is your time that you want to learn how to do this, you're going to have to pay attention, okay? Because I'm going to go over some things. I try and go nice and slow for everybody. I pretend that today is someone's first day here, okay? And we don't want to leave you behind. I know some of you guys have been with us since day one on YouTube, and it's almost 6 years, and you guys are probably sick and tired of me doing this, but we have to also acknowledge that today could be someone's first day. We all had first days too, and markets are very overwhelming, you know, if you're a beginner. So we want to take our time and showcase what we do. But real quick, I'm going to go over the daily, yellow lines, high and low will be purple, and we're going to move into the 4-hour and hourly. I use a white line, and then finally we're going to go into the 5 minutes, and I use a red line for cutting and doing those things, okay? And then we're gonna watch the 5 minutes tonight. So if we're all good, how's everybody doing? Welcome, everybody. I don't want to be rude. How's everybody doing? Good evening, Conrad, Justin, welcome. Kevin, Samuel, how are you, buddy? You had a 2-month break to focus on family and health. You traded very lightly. Samuel, family and health is everything. Everything. Trading can wait. Trading can be on the side. We can't trade if we're not healthy. We can't trade if we're not mentally there, if we got family issues and things like that. So it's good. It's healthy to take time off of the markets to make yourself stronger. And when you come back, you're stronger to get into these markets. So I hope everything is good. God bless you, Samuel. I hope everything is good. Kool-Aid, welcome. Sergio, thank you for joining, brother. Kevin, welcome. Samuel, 1 lesson a day on max speed with Bluetooth headphones. Amanda, welcome. Thank you for joining. Good evening. And everyone on YouTube, guys, shout out to you guys. There's a lot of you guys, and I can't give you guys all shout outs, but from the top down, we're doing a top down shout out. Okay, so Daniel, thank you. Thabo, welcome. K Diggity, welcome. My man Show Drives, thank you guys. Fletch, Charles, thank you. Yvonne, welcome. Daniel, thank you guys. Thank you guys. City Trader, Beep, thank you guys. We appreciate everyone. Okay, now let's get into this. Okay, I'm gonna have a little drink here with us, and we are gonna go top down. So if you're ready, some of you guys already have your charts done. Amazing. Okay. So if you guys have already done it top down, maybe we can match our areas together. However, if you guys have a blank chart like me, then let's see what we do here. Okay. So first, this is how gold is trading right now, right? We're concerned about it. We know we're walking into some big US news and futures market, but if we weren't trading today, we have no idea how it was trading last night, the day before, maybe this morning, so it's not a good idea to just jump in and start trading right now. Remember, we need a top down, like a bird's eye view, like how an eagle looks down at its prey. That's what we got to do, right? So we got to start off on a daily. You can go higher if you like. You can go on the weekly and the monthly if you really want to do a thorough top down analysis. But if you're doing like a 2-hour, 3-hour session, intraday trading, scalping the markets, a daily is more than enough. Okay. So this is the daily picture. Look at it. What do we see? Like, just recognize the pattern. I see a huge bullish, I'll change this to yellow. I see a huge bullish rally. Okay, let me just make this thicker because I know there's a lot of us who are have bad eyes. Me too. I had laser eye surgery because I was blind. I was literally blind. So I was like 95% blind. So I had to get eye surgery. Okay, so there's a big bullish rally, right? This was a little bit of a sell-off, okay? Analysts were saying gold is crashing. Where is it crashing? I'm still to this day puzzled. Where are analysts, professional analysts on Wall Street saying gold is crashing? Where? I see a healthy pullback with a double bottom, and I see it ripping this week back up. That's what I see. I don't know about you, but I smoke a lot of weed. So that's what I see. It could continue to trade to the all-time high and break out, then we would have a beautiful ABC pattern. And some of you guys said 4,500, 5,000. Absolutely, it could, but we got some sellers up there. They're not gonna make it easy just to rip up there. We still have this big point of control right here on this big body candle, Tuesday, October 21. Then even when we come up there, it could be a double top, right? And then you guys know what could happen at a double top, okay? But that's what we got going on. So if you say we're in a bearish trend, I'm gonna ask you again, what are you basing this off of? Because the bear trend ended, and if you say leg 2, I understand what you're saying. You're telling me this lower low, it pulled back, lower high. There was the lower low, but look, it came back up, and that was the opportunity. That second leg, bearish leg coming down. That's where the sellers should have confirmed and broke that down. However, look at the buyers, double bottom. They said we're not ready. So it held up, and then we continued to move up. So it's still bullish. Whatever, a higher time frame is still bullish, okay? If you have a bearish mindset, the only thing that I agree with you is this bearish point of control. Then we got to see what's going to happen in there, okay? And we're not there yet. We could possibly get there tonight or tomorrow, but now. Okay, so did that help, guys? Do you guys understand that kind of picture, okay? And this, too, if it's your first day trading, listen to what I'm saying here. Pay attention. If this is day 1, I'm giving you a nugget right now. This is on the daily, okay? I could hide this watermark. You wouldn't even know what security we're on, and you wouldn't even know what time frame I'm on. I could tell you this is NASDAQ, and this is a 5-minute chart, and you wouldn't know the difference. Right? This could be 1-minute candles. This could be a huge 1-minute push, a 1-minute pullback, a 1-minute double bottom, and a 1-minute rip. Okay, so all candlesticks have the same characteristics. They all have an opening price, they all have a high, they all have a low, and they all have a close. Those are price action technicals 101. Okay, but this is daily. Okay, so we hold more respect to the higher time frames. Okay, so first thing is, let's go from the top down. You guys remember what happened up here? That is the gold's all-time high up here. Okay, how much did it hit? Around 43.82 in Forex, maybe 4,400 in futures. Now, there's that orange line, all-time high. Have we came up there? No. So that is an all-time high resistance up there. Now I want to draw a zone of supply. So what I do is from the wicks, I use the wicks as points of interest, and I bring it down to these bodies, right? This is exactly what I'm going to do. If you guys did this on your charts, you guys did really well, okay? So I'm bringing it right down there, and I'm making it red, because there's a lot of us who are colorblind, okay? So I like to use red. Red always tells me that there's sellers in the market. It's resistance, supply, okay? And I could have brought it down to there. I get this question, Ron, why didn't you bring it down there? Okay, that's kind of exaggerating the move. Right there, the first 2 days. As soon as that bar closed, that one opened and came down, right there, the closing opening price. That's all you need. And if you stretched it into the future, you see it traded in there, but nothing materialized above, and then you had that big, huge bear candle. So get in the habit, all day one traders, stretch this zone into the future. That's what we call a static zone in the market. So if it ever comes back up there, then we're going to assume it could be a double top, right? And then a drop. Unless the buyers break out of here, they could break out, close it above. If the volume closes blue above there, we flip the red zone green, respect. Buyers are here, confirmation, pending buyers are waiting to get filled at a discount, and then they drive it, okay? That could happen. Is it guaranteed move? No. And then one final other move that we really have to watch market makers for are the fake outs, where they could drive a impulse candle through here, a beautiful blue candle, then all of a sudden it gets a wick. It hasn't closed yet. It's got a wick, and it coming all the way down. Then it closes below here. That's a big red zone still. The volume closed, but we see a big rejection. It's like Shaquille O'Neal. It's like me trying to drive on Shaquille O'Neal, and he rejects my white ass right on the court. Like, I'm going to dunk on Shaquille O'Neal. It's not going to happen, okay? So he rejects me. It comes down. I come back up, and then he's there rejecting me again, and then the market is selling off. Those are three scenarios. Get to know those patterns, okay? These are like your bread and butter, your 101, your most basic patterns, okay? And you have to know those, okay? Put that in your playbook. Now, let's move our way down. We always talk about this big bearish candle, okay? So grab our Fibonacci tool. I call it the Rananachi tool. You go to the opening balance, okay? Don't ask me why, just do what I do, okay? Go to the opening balance and go to the closing balance. That's it. Very easy. I can get my 9-year-old daughter down here and she could perform that too. Okay? It's not complicated. We're not doing rocket science. Keep trading very easy, very simple. Okay? And then what I do is I cut it in half, right at 50%. I'm not guessing. There's the 0.5. Cut it in half, and then this is a point of interest. You guys, everyone following me so far? I am talking fast. And we got to get going because I see the time is 6:52. So as soon as right there, I find the point of control, that right there, a little bit above, a little bit below the meat of your hamburger, right there. And then get in the habit of stretching in the future. Look at today's wick. The early one that closed, that was a high right at the bottom of that red zone. And look at today, they opened it up and got rejected with a lower high. I can see it right now. Okay, so we have not traded into that big point of control as of yet, okay? So it is still a big block in the market right below the all-time high supply. So that's telling me sellers are positioning themselves in here. There's going to be a dogfight here if we start transacting in there, okay? Now moving our way down. Continuing, here was a little bit. Look at now where you can box the volume in. See right there where it was a bear flag? Where it held and then pushed down. Look at that same stretch in the future. Look at how it was the wick and the wick right there. Volume is closed above, so this is our inside block right now. If you're more of a 4-hour trader, hourly trader, here's your inside block. This is what you guys trade off of, okay? Remember what I told you at the start of the call? That inside block is for me, for like 1 minute, 5-minute traders. This is an inside block. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Inside block. Okay, why? Why is this an inside block? Because this is a big block right here, and this is another massive block down here that did not allow gold to break down. This is a solid block in the market, okay? If we're playing a block game like Tetris, these are solid blocks. Listen to what I'm saying. These are higher time frame solid blocks. This is an inside block. This block can break down, okay? If the sellers now come through here, that I would expect buyers to respect that and go back up. But the sellers on this leg coming down could break this block, and then if they close it below there, again, it's a red inside block, and then we're coming down to the bigger block. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Guys on Zoom, please, you got to understand this, okay? This is, you understand what an inside block is. If you guys got that, I'll make a webinar on this, okay? Justin, you got this, bro. Okay. So that's an inside block. Everyone on YouTube, you understand that this one is not as strong as this one, okay? Same with this block. This is a red inside block. It's not as strong as that block. If I had to put my money on what are the strong blocks, it's obviously the all-time high up here and this one. Why? Because I told you they did not allow the sellers right there, the second leg, to break down. So that's telling me how tough that block is, okay? Let's continue cooking, guys. Okay, so stretch these into the future, right? And then a nice little secret too, draw a line inside, right at half of the box, and place an alert. If it ever comes down there, you've got yourself a trade idea, a nice high probable possible buy. Because why? That would be the bigger double bottom. Okay, you guys got to smoke some weed. Look here, this is a double bottom, but it looks like one huge big bottom, right? So, and then if it comes down here, bigger block, bigger bottom, bigger move, we're taking out that all-time high. And Charles said we're going to 5,000. I agree with my man. But you got to understand which blocks are tougher, which blocks could be broken. All inside blocks are very difficult to trade, okay? You got to understand that this is where you limit your risk, and you could add a little bit more risk on the bigger blocks. All good? Okay, so let's continue going. I'm not going to dissect what we got going down here, okay? Because we got to focus on what's up here now. Okay, so you see we're trading. We're trading in these zones here. Now, can we base any information off of yesterday's big body candle? It opened, it was bearish, came back up bullish, took out these highs. Remember these wicks? I was telling you, if it fills these wicks, it's got clean traffic to drive exactly right up to here. So this is a big point of interest, this wick right here. Okay, you see that wick? And look at it. It's literally 50% of yesterday's volume. Okay, look at, you guys are seeing what I'm doing with you guys. Okay, now let's measure it. Let's go from the opening balance of yesterday to the closing balance. Look at it. It is identical, right on 50%. Okay, so if we pull back to 4,160, that could be a good buying area today. Okay, now let's also make ourselves a point of control, because that candle has already officially closed. There's my point of control. Any pullback buyers, we could be looking at 4,000. Write this down if you want. 4,180 could be a nice pullback location. It's a shallow pullback, but we'll see if buyers are there. Next location is right here. This 4,170. Better location inside, 50% discount, 4,160. And then the bottom box, 4,150. All those psychological numbers, okay? So you could draw points of interest at each one of these if you like, okay? I would also add an alert, okay? Right click, add an alert. If I'm watching the basketball game and it comes down there and alerts me, I'm not taking a trade blind. I'm going to go to my time frame and I'm going to watch what's going on here. I'm going to look for my pattern recognition, right? Okay, so now let's follow today's volume. It continued to push, took out those, and it filled right up, look at it, right up to the bottom of that red box, and then sellers were there, they rejected it back down. There's our closing opening price right now, okay? Let me know if anything happens with that US news. I can't watch everything all at once. And guys, see the closing price? That is a point of interest, 4,195.75. Reason being, it's closing opening. You and I did not open and close the market of gold. The market makers did, the brokers did. That's where they decided to close it. That's where they opened it. Now, it opened initially bullish. That was a blue candle that came up. Did we take out the previous day's high? It's not a trick question. I put a purple line to let me know that that's today's high. We didn't. So that is technically a lower high. Okay, some seller came in there and shorted it down preventing it from taking out that little wick. And look at the results now. Pushing down, rejection, rejection, back to the opening balance. They flipped the candle into a bearish pin bar. So it's already made a low wick, purple line, and we found some buyers right here at 4,187, pushing it right back up. So you see, we're not too far off from fighting the opening price, a little bit of indecision. But if this continues to push down on the wick, look it, this could turn into a daily bearish candle coming all the way down, right to the top of our green box. So what we do is we place a yellow line. I don't normally do this because I know exactly what I'm looking for, but I know someone's could be their first day here. So put a line there, okay? That's a point of interest. And then you see right here, if you look at the imbalance, see this? This was just a black candle coming down. This is just a blue candle going through. So it's called what we call in trading clean traffic, clean traffic. There's no kind of consolidation. So this could, again, come right down. But what I do is I cut this zone in half, okay? I'm a tape trader. So I cut it from the yellow to the purple. Just cut it in half, right? If just guess if you have to, okay? If you can't guess, grab your Fibonacci tool from that yellow line to that purple line. Exactly 50%. I could even do a little bit of a point of control of that area if I want, if I really want to get real technical. And that I take with me on my 1 minute. Okay, so today it's got a little bit bearish momentum, but we still have a big bullish day behind us. So it could come down, reverse, and then fill those wicks and then drive. Where are we driving? To this yellow line right here, 4,240. If it continues to go to the top of the red box, 4,270, I would say. You can even put a yellow line up there. Okay, now I'm breaking today's daily candle down to the 4 hour. Now we're going to see, where did all of this big blue volume come from? Did it come from Europe? Did it come from New York? Where did it come from? Look at how the 4 hour candles were building, pulled back in that green zone, held. Even the 4 hour candles had nice wick, nice wick. If you're a 4 hour trader, here's your point of interest right there. There's a body, and a wick. I would go white line. For anything I do on 4H or 1H, I use white line. So that would be a 4 hour. And look, it's basically almost 50% of that green zone, okay? We're not coming down there, so now we're all the way up here. So you see what's going on the 4 hours. I can see it came in, there's Europe. Here's 6 a.m. This 6 to 10 a.m. represents, what does it represent? Pre-New York, COMEX, a little bit of Wall Street. It came down, higher low, closed back up here. Then we had this huge candle at 10 a.m. What happened at 10 a.m.? Did anything happen, guys? Did you guys do any news analysis? Anything happen at 10? And look at it, just small, tiny pullback. Again, if you cut that 4 hour candle in half, you're still above 50%. Short wick, there's your pop, firecracker, and continue to move. And look at where it went up to, right up to there, came back down, okay? And now, here was kind of the end of the day, 2 to 6 a.m. Came back up, it opened bull. Look, it didn't even take out that wick. So, something's fishy. It came back down and closed right there. Now, here's our opening day candle. It opened bullish right at the market open, 6 p.m. It came out bullish. But look, kind of lower high, and now it created a lower low. We still have 4 hour momentum. This is a bearish pin bar candle with 3 hours to go on the close. Could continue to come down to this yellow line, maybe to the top of the green box, and maybe right into the heart of that green box. That's where you could, reverse a buy. Like if you look at this pattern, there's the top. Now we got to figure out where the neckline is. Is it here? Will it be here or here? And then neckline meaning where it will bounce. Will it bounce back up? And when it's bouncing back up, it could bounce into a lower high, a double top on the 4 hour, and then maybe another drop. And then you see this inside block. This is the inside block that it could close below. We flip it red, and then we're driving into this bigger block down in here. If you're a 4 hour trader, we're at the first top right now. So now let's go into 1 hour. Let's see if we see anything. Okay, now look at the 1 hour. So I can see specifically it was exactly 10 a.m., that big bull candle. It advanced into 11. It continued at noon. It kind of topped out at 1 p.m. That's when we had the 10-year bond auction in the U.S. And then it continued to come up, lower high. These are hourly candles. Push back down, couldn't break those wicks. Bearish engulfing, come back up at 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Here's market open, 6, daily candle open, came up, touched up there, got rejected, closed, and now we got an hourly candle ready to possibly break. Me as a scalper, now, what I do is, see the purple line, yellow line. There's a body to body. So a point of interest on the 1 hour is right there. So I draw a white line. If it breaks from here, I measure the move. From the purple line, if we break today's low and we come down to that white line, it's approximately 60 pips. I could pip and dip down there. It's just a fill. It's a fill to just come down in there, grab my pips and dip out of the market. It could go a little further down to 90 to 100 pips, but that's a daily point of interest. We have to respect this area, okay? Because it might not continue right there. That's where big buyers could step in and take the move back up, right? So that's what we got going on. So that's why that's a white line. If I'm scalping and it comes down there, I'm unnoticed. That's a hourly. But it could break, and then the daily will hold it up, possibly. Okay? But if volume closes below that, this daily yellow line will turn from support to resistance to take us back down to here, right? We're going to take it. Now I see like the 1 hours, they've got, like they came up, all lower highs pushing back down. So we got to, is it going to continue to push down? Are we going to find the neckline down here? Is it going to come roaring right back up? Or is it kind of test this here, lower high, and then we're selling back down, okay? What type of impact would gold have if the U.S. opens up? If they, if government opens up? What do you guys think? Would that be bullish or bearish for gold? Okay, as you're answering that question, I'm going into the 5 minutes. This hourly candle just opened up. We have 55 minutes. This is the 7 p.m. candle. This is how it looks on the 5 minutes, okay? So even if I'm studying the 5 minutes, I could see now exactly 10 a.m., 10:05. Huge candle at 10:10, continue to push up. Again, if you were selling, you got caught. Look, you could have just bought the dips. Where? 50% of this candle held above. Continue to push up. Come down in here. Points of interest. You could have bought the pullbacks all day and you would have been good. If you tried to sell this shit, you see it's only just pip and dip. It's counter. Get just that bear candle. Get in, get out. Get in, get out. Get in, get out. That's how it is until we start closing below critical levels. So I can see where it kind of topped out up there, came back down, all this garbage consolidating. This is the end of the day, 3, 4 p.m. We had this big push right there. There's the daily candle open right there. So you see it started real bullish, ignited, pushed right up, came to that purple line. It's still a lower high from here. Big bear candles coming all the way down. So now you can see like 5 minute analysis. This is where I get my cut line now, this red line. Look at where I'm cutting, okay, right here. Now I see there's a body. Maybe if I want to cut that black candle in half, but I want to stay up there. I see it was a wick there in the past. So that zone right there shows me it's green. Going into the future, there's my red now on the 5 minutes. So if I'm looking for buys, I have to at least see blue volume push above this red, but there's my daily. So it could just be an impulse, get rejected right there, come back down, retest this. If this, I turn it green and it holds up, you see we could break that and we drive up. Where could we go? We're not gonna go to 5,000 tonight, but we got it right there. There's a level, you see? Body, wick. I could advance it just a little bit up and cut it right there at 50% of that candle and watch what I do with the Fibonacci tool. I'll grab all that zone. Watch this, guys. I'm going to perform magic in front of you guys. Okay, there's the 50%. Let's find that point of control of that big bear candle. Boom, boom, bada bing. Go like this. There. You see, rejected. Fake out, boom, back down. Fake out, boom, back down. Came up, back down. Let's go. Look at that big blue candle. What the hell happened there? And it came right back down. There they actually impulsively broke above it, didn't close above, one more push, and then look at how they inverted. Inside block, weak inside block. Bigger block, inside block. There it is. So if we come up there, we got to know, we got to do something if it comes up there. Why? I'm stretching it into the future. That could be the block that's preventing from going to the highest point of the day. Once we get that analysis, we keep going. Look here, the purple line. If this breaks tonight, there's my white line. Does my white line make sense? Look at where the 5 minute candles came down, bounced off the white line. Came back down, bounced off white line. Third time, bounced off white line and started that nice big bull move. So what happens if it comes right back down there? Now, this is where I'm going to draw a zone. See where I have the white line and daily? I'm going to be cautious in there. I'm going to make this a buy zone, okay? Right there. So if it comes down there, you know, sells down there, we got to know, look at, you're trading in that fair value gap of that big body candle, right? And if it breaks, right there, there's the supporting level. There's the bodies right there. Okay? So you see how I do my charts, guys? Any questions? So what I do to complement my chart now is I add the SST daily indicator bar, this bar right here. So I can see today, this is today's daily candle. We still have 22 more hours to go on it, so it's a long time. But I can see 6 p.m. there was the open, that bullish push, those two blue candles, and then they rejected it hard right now. So this is now, this rejection, this leg down is representing the daily wick pushing down. So you see it's a bearish pin bar that could turn into a shooting star and just continue to advance down into here. So me as a scalper, I want to know ahead of time what I'm trying to do. So there's no guessing. In trading, you shouldn't be guessing, right? So if it breaks the purple line and comes all the way down to my target, to the top, it's about 60 pips, right? It could just come down there, but there's some traffic from the purple down there. Where? Here's the traffic. You see these 5 minutes? They show you where the traffic is, right there. It came up, closed. Impulse, back down. There it closed above. See the wick? Volume closed above the red line. There was a spin top, volume above. There it respected, and then boom, it pushed. So what happens if it just comes down to the red line? Still 37.40 pips, but it could just come right down to that red line and just get another wick and bounce right back up. Maybe it's going to be protected from coming in the green zone. So that's why when it's breaking, like getting to that red line, if I'm in any, like my stop loss, I go down to a break even. Why? Because if it bounces right back up, at least I'm protected there to a break even, and I'm not allowing it to break out, so then I get stopped out of the market. That's why I have more break evens than most traders, is because of that right there. I'm telling you guys, you know, like the cat is out of the bag. Oh my God, this guy's got a lot of break even. I'm telling you right there. That's why. But a lot of times when it's breaking 30, 40, 50 pips with gold, you guys know how it moves. I'm already taking out profit. I don't give a shit about a break even. I'm just going stop loss break even, and I'm taking out 80% of the load. Why? Because sometimes I'm just looking for one candle move. I'm not like some of you guys holding for half the day. I'm just scalping from this zone to that zone, from here to there. If it comes back up there, I'm just go from here to there, there. Couple of trades a day, hit my daily goal, and I'm done. If you want to accumulate pips, 50 pips, 100 pips, you can see how you could literally wait for the volume to come to you. If you don't believe me, try this. Try this. Go to a demo account and just test this out, okay? So we're not there yet. We have not broke this purple line, okay? So I can see right now, it came down, it touched it, went back up. Right there. If I'm 5 minute watching, right there, there's the bodies, and then it pushed right up to there. There was the body that closed below. That was an impulse candle that came in to about 50% of that point of control and pushed right back down. So sellers are still trying to technically break this lowest point of the day with 4 minutes to go, okay? And it could very well push down. What time is it? 7:10. Have they released any news, guys, regarding the government shutdown? I'll put it on Financial Juice over here, guys. 1 second. Okay, so we got it on Financial Juice. They're releasing the Japanese news. Oh, this was at 6:24. Majority of U.S. House votes to advance legislation reopening federal government. Voting continues. U.S. House advances bill to reopen federal government. Final vote expected tonight. They said around 7 o'clock. Nothing yet. Okay. Okay, how was that analysis? Now, and then for those traders that use EMAs, EMA 9, we are technically below EMA 9. And then the big one that you guys use, EMA 200. Okay, where's that? That's a purple line on my chart. Did I even add it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, you see where it is? It's right at my daily point of interest, the top of the green zone. So if the 5 minute candles come all the way down there, that's a fantastic buying opportunity. We're buying at the point of interest on the daily, we're buying at the top of the green box, and we're buying at the 200 EMA. That could be a wick, a wick just bounce right off of there, okay? That was a thorough top-down analysis, okay? I'm being honest. Okay, I took my time with that. If you guys want me to do one like that with oil, if we get enough likes and support and subscribes, we'll do it. But did that help, guys? Okay, how does it match up with your charts? Is it similar? Is it a little off? Are you guys, pretty close to me? And this technique or strategy or whatever the hell you guys want to call it these days is called zone-to-zone trading, tape-to-tape trading. Let me think of another word. What else is this called? I don't even know what it's called. And then the reason why I do this is it keeps me disciplined, right? Every trader needs to learn discipline. The hardest thing to teach is discipline. So I taught myself this because I was a reckless trader. And I didn't know when I was getting in trades where to sell, where to buy, when to cash out, where to move my stop loss, this, that, right? Every day was a guessing game for me. So this eliminates all guessing. I could do this with one eye opened. I could do this half asleep. It's the same shit over and over every day. It's very boring. You know what I mean? When shit gets boring, you know you're doing a good job at it, right? You know what you're doing. So, like, I'm not guessing every day, right? The only thing I got to do every day is risk management. That's it, right? So you see, we just broke the daily low. Is this going to be, are they grabbing liquidity down there? Possibly. This candle is going to close in 1 minute. It's a beautiful hammer candle returning back up. But do we see anything? I see that leg come down, came back up. There's our neckline. There they just came a little lower and now they're pushing it right back up. But if this candle doesn't advance higher, sellers will come in and maybe try and push it right back down. So do you see right here the red and the purple line? Do you still see how we're holding some volume? So this is where I make a 5-minute zone, 5-minute box. So you see, do we see any black volume close below there? No, I see it was an impulse. They tricked. There were some sellers that sold that candle, right? There had to be because there's a wick on the candle. They sold the low. They sold right into those buyers, and the buyers are bringing it right up. All of these sellers down here that impulsively sold are in drawdown currently. They're probably still holding it, but if this kind of candle blows right through here, they're going to get stopped out. They just provided liquidity to the market. I provide liquidity to the market. It happens, guys. But, you know, sometimes what you got to do is tell yourself, I'm going to wait for the candle to close. Look at it. It's going to close right now in 13 seconds. And look at it now. It's a spin top. Indecision with sellers now pushing it down. So that big blue candle didn't even, touch that point of interest. Now they're pushing it down. Look, let's watch where this closes. I got to check my spreads real quick, guys. Sorry. Shit. I got a 1 pip spread on gold right now. I like trading when it's 0.4, 0.5. Okay, so did the candle close? No, it's still in the zone. Okay, and it's a shitty candle to trade. So guys, we got to learn patience. I know some of you guys are screaming, Ron, buy, sell, Ron, buy, sell, sell. What? What are we buying and selling? What? Are you literally just guessing to buy the lowest point of the day? If that's not a strategy, guys. Okay, so we need confirmations. Like we got some shitty candles now coming in with indecision. If you want to entertain either a buy or sell, this is where I would, go in with small risk, feel out the market, feel out the volume. If you get faked out, you can easily close it. No win, no loss, no big deal. But you won't get pissed off. You know what I mean? If you go in here with a big size, your first trade of the day, and they fake you out, you're going to get pissed off. It might take you to your second trade, and then you get mad and you revenge trade, and then now you got 2 losses where you didn't even have to trade this garbage. And then let's just look at the overall bigger picture, okay? So follow me, guys. If you have to, smoke some weed, okay? If it's legal in your country. It came up. There's one whole top. You see it? That garbage top up there. So all of this is basically the neckline. That's where it bounced. And you see when it came up there, it didn't come to the double top. They prevented it right there, the purple line, the highest point of the day. So you see the sellers are controlling the wick at the highest point of the day. We got to respect that, that sellers are here. They didn't allow it to come up there. They didn't allow it to break out. They're there. And look at the leg now coming down. There's your M, okay? Your big M with your lower high, right? There's your shit zone, I call it, your consolidation. And you see, if I advance it into the future, we didn't even come in here. So lower high, there it is. And there's the break now. There's the break of the neckline, okay? So you see what they're trying to hold up? It's the lowest point of the day. So this is what we're going to look for tonight. We're going to see if buyers bring it up. Is it going to get rejected here and break down? Then we're going to drop even further. Or are these buyers going to bring it back up and close above here? Because we might flip this inside block green. And then we might make our way back up to test this block. And then we flip that daily candle back blue and we drive a little bit. Okay. But we're kind of just broke that neckline. But it's now struggling right here at the lowest point of the day. Why? Because of the timing. It's 7:17, okay? Maybe we need to wait for futures market, 8 p.m. But this is a good learning session, guys. This is probably one of the best top downs I've done in a long time because I spent some time on it, and I really know that there's some people that want to learn, right? I told you every single call, you're going to learn something on every single call if you tune in. If you guys are engaged, you'll learn something. I talk fast, I know. I'm sorry, guys. What strain do I mostly... I like 30% or higher sativa, but I like high terpenes. If you guys understand weed, I like my weed with high terpenes, but above 30% sativa. I do hybrid too, but indica only for sleeping. I can talk weed, I can smoke weed here. It's legal in Canada. Nobody send the feds to my house, please. I got kids upstairs. Amanda, how do you know when to move the trade to break even? Sometimes I move it too soon and I miss the move. It all depends, Amanda. It's a tough question for everybody because I don't know what style trader you are, right? It's when you get a nice cushion. For me, scalping, like 1 minute, let's talk 1 minute. When I take a 1 minute scalp, if it goes up 20 pips, I'm already at a break even because that's what I'm looking for on the scalp. And then if I can get more, it's great. But I know if it comes back down, at least I'm break even. But if you find that you're getting stopped out too soon and the move is running, that's why a little bit of a review helps a lot too, guys. Then you can maybe just increase it. Don't go so fast to a stop loss or to break even. See if it comes down and you're getting a lot of break evens and it's coming down and then going right back up, give it maybe don't go to break even right away. Maybe give it some more room to breathe. If you're nailing entries too, then we don't have to worry about too much drawdown. That's another thing, guys. Okay, so if we're really nailing these zones, we could do really good and not realize too much drawdown. Okay. It's a work in progress, and then you got to know what time frame you are. Like if I'm a swing trader, I'm looking to swing trades for minimum of 300, 400, 500 pips. So I can't get away with a little 50 pip cushion and then go to a stop loss break even. I gotta wait for it to like go more than 100, 150 before I do that. You know, same with scalping. Maybe you give yourself a 30. I give myself a 30, 40 right now with gold's volume. If it moves above 30, 40 pips, I'm automatically at a break even. That's me personally. Everyone trades different, but I also take out 80% too, and then just leave 20% running. Okay, but see how we're coming right back up. Okay. So buyers are here. They're still holding it down. Okay. So we're building back up, but we still have some resistance up here. Okay. So is anyone in a trade right now? I'd like to know for analysis. I can help you guys out. It doesn't matter if you're selling or buying. Okay. I can go both ways, right? Amanda, a lot of trading is trial and error. You know, it's not a cookie cutter approach to trading. What works for me, might not work for you. What works for you might not work for someone else, right? Everyone has different perspective. Everyone's trading with different account sizing. Everyone has different risk tolerance, but just do what's best for you, Amanda. And then at the end of the day, as long as you're reviewing it and then you see, okay, maybe I went too fast, too break even, too fast. It stopped me out, but it went in my intended direction. Then at least you know you're nailing the trades. You're getting the right bias. Then we just got to tweak your risk management a little bit. That's it. That's all we got to do. Everyone is a unique trader, you know. You got to understand what you're looking for. What is your risk tolerance? If I go a really smaller lot size than what I normally, I could give it all day to breathe if I want. I could still scalp and leave it 100 pip stop loss, but I normally go a little bit larger lot sizing, so I really want to take advantage of that move and protect my capital quickly. Okay. So you see we're still coming back up, right? But we still have a selling block. We've got sellers. So, and we're going into 7:30 in the next 8 minutes, okay? But look now, okay? So we had a short wick on that candle. It opened bullish, ignited. That's the firecracker. It popped and continued. And look at where it got the wick, right at that red zone. And then it pushed right back down. If you guys saw, it came right back to its ignited open. And then again, it just refueled itself. So we have 2.5 minutes to go. And let's see if it can continue to fill its wick, maybe close near the high, maybe close above this red zone, or our seller's going to reject this thing right back down. Then we know that we're just kind of consolidating in between this red zone, green zone. Again, the market is accumulating. we're smart. We understand that it's not just going to stay in here all night. So it's going to maybe continue to accumulate here if it has to. But eventually, there's either going to be a break to the upside if buyers accumulate enough, or if sellers accumulate enough, they're going to redistribute the lowest point of the day and drop it down in here. But right now, the lowest point of the day, they grab some liquidity and they're pushing it back up. So let's highlight that wick right there just so we know. Okay, now look at it. It's a nice, beautiful bullish move closing in 1 minute and 40 seconds. Okay, so really nice and bullish. If you guys are in buys, congrats. Beautiful buy. Okay, so you guys now have protection from the lowest point of the day. Good push up. But what we need to do as buyers is we have to close above here, right? Or take out one of these high wicks. Because what I always say is, in order to keep moving up, we have to create a new high in the market, right? So it just created a new high, got above this one, has not got above there. This is a daily point of interest, but also it's now transacting through that red block where it failed there, and it failed there. Now we got good volume closing in 1 minute. So I always say, prove to me that it can close above this block, right? If it closes blue above there, we're all gonna make this red block green to momentarily represent buyers. Or when it closes above a confirmation and then pending orders coming in here to catch a pullback, or to buy at a discounted price with confirmation. However, if it gets rejected back down and we're still trading in the red block, I'm going to keep it a red block still. And then the next candle could be an impulse breakout, okay? But that's beautiful move so far on the buyers, closing in 24 seconds. I always say the last 30 seconds, last 24 seconds is like a basketball game. This is the shot clock. So which team now is going to have the momentum going into the close? The blue team or the black team is going to bring it down. And then you see our daily candle. Our daily candle is indecision, okay? The daily candle doesn't even know where it wants to go right now. So we know that it could come right back down, or it could start to come back to that opening price, the yellow line. Okay, so did it close above? Yes, okay? So let's just make the red box green real quickly. And then can we cut this blue candle in half? Yes, we can. It's right there. The bottom of the green zone is if I cut it in half. So right now it's holding. So it just retested. It's probably going to break that wick and could possibly fill right up to that yellow line. So if you're looking to take a trade right now, that's about a 15 pip move right to the yellow line, minus your spread, minus slippage fees, okay? Because it could just break, fill that wick, and then it's got easy fill up there. However, if these sellers are strong that at the opening day and want to hold it down, then they're going to be coming in soon to protect the opening price right here, 4,195. Okay. So see how they rejected it? Impulse move, kind of just came up, filled that wick, and then boom, they rejected it back down. So let's see now at 50% or inside this green zone if it picks up some buyers. We should see a wick returning back up. Okay, and then that will tell you if this zone is momentarily solid, showing some buyers. Okay, but if it comes back down, starts breaking down, what if it closes black below here? Then we're going to make that green zone red again, and then we could get one more leg coming back down. Okay, and then this is going to close 7 o'clock, going into 7:30. So you can even take a look at your 30-minute candle. Also, our 30-minute candle is you know, it's trading right in here. We hit the last 30 minutes and this 30 minutes, hit the lowest point of the day, also broke and coming right back up. So if we get good 30-minute volume trading inside this, above this inside block, we could continue to get 30-minute volume coming back up to the opening day price and possibly breaking a little bit bullish, a little bit more. And then I would be targeting right here. See all these 30-minute bodies right here? Body, body, body. 4,197 and 57 cents. This is where that red line is, right there. Okay? So I'm waiting to see what's going on here. We got now 2.5 more minutes. So the first half of this candle has expired. Now we got the second half. It's like a sports game. That was the first half. It's halftime show. And then now we're going into the second half. Who is going to win? What do you guys say? Bearish back down in here or bullish back above the green box? What do you guys think? It's a tough call. Bullish Omar. Okay, so Omar, you got your retest. So let's see if we can follow through and flip this black volume back up. Closing in 2 minutes. Okay, so you see that, Omar, where it moved up, and then see how it's coming right back down. So that buy took some offers, and the offers are now flooding the market. Continue to push it down. But you see how we're kind of transacting in this green zone. A lot of you guys are bullish. Okay, so then we gotta possibly hold up. Now look at it. It broke 50%. So we lost the psychological midpoint of that candle. Now look at the sellers. Are they going to engulf the entire bar? Are they going to close it back below here? Then that looks like a clean fake out. They faked out those buyers up there. Okay? That's why sometimes, guys, it's not bad to just wait it out, see what's going on. You don't got to jump in every single candle and get excited. I know trading is excited. Believe me, I'm a very excited person too. I love scalping more than anybody probably on this call. But at some time, you got to watch what they're doing. Does this make sense, guys? Like, if this is someone's first day here, they're probably like, holy shit, what the hell is this guy doing? It could be overwhelming. I understand. But I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for everybody. Okay, look at now how it came down, caught a wick, coming right back up. Okay, but we still have a little bit of bear volume, closing in 40 seconds. They could now flip this entire candle back up blue, take out those wicks, and drive to the opening balance. And then this is where we're going to get real transactions. Because are they protecting this opening balance, or is it going to come right back down? Here's the close now in 25 seconds. Hit the likes, guys. Subscribe to the channel before this candle closes. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you guys. Okay, here we go into the close. Okay, and then if the volume closes inside here, again, do you want to take a trade, or because it's still accumulating in there? You got to kind of go with some intuition. So look at where it closed. Open bullish ignited. Is this going to be like a flag pattern, Tetris piece? Bullish ignited could break out and continue to drive. So you got to get ready. You got to make the call. You got to determine the call. It's bullish ignited. Watch how many times. Oh, there's the breakout. So I missed it. So I got to wait. There's the pullback now. Now will it refuel itself? Watch. Is it? Ah, shit, I missed it again. See? Fuck. I missed it. You see how you got to be quick. That was where that refueling center, where it refueled, and you got to pull the trigger. I didn't pull it. I missed it. You see how quick you got to be at scalping? You got to be quick. You got to pick up on those clues. See how it opened bullish ignited? It came up, back down. It went up, and then I hesitated. It went back down, and that second one was the one I wanted to buy, and it moved against me. Now, this is where I don't want to FOMO buy. Do I just buy the high now? No, because I know that I could have bought right there at 4,194, and I could have been up 25, 30 pips right now. I could have been at a break even, Amanda. But I didn't, okay? So this is hypothetical. Right? As soon as it broke that wick, right there is 25 pips with zero drawdown. That's how you scalp a candle. Now, is that too fast for you? Someone's going to say, run, that's crazy fast. Then that's scalping, okay? Maybe scalping might not be for you, okay? But I love this shit. like this is what I do. This is what I do. And it's not for everybody. I'm not trying to make you guys all scalpers here, because it's a very, very difficult to do this. But now you see it broke the daily point of interest, came right up to that red line. You remember that red line is the 30-minute resistance right here. So you got a nice big body candle. Man, I missed out on that, Justin. Shit. Man. Wow, that was a big body. But let's learn from it. You see how it developed? They took the liquidity from the lowest point of the day. It came up, it closed, came back down. There was that Tetris piece. Omar, you called it, bro, the bullish move. There's that Tetris piece, okay? Does it always happen? No, but there it is. That bullish ignited open, short wicks, came up, refueled, and boom, it was gone. Now, if it reaches this destination, remember, this is a bigger block in the market, okay? It could come all the way up there, and then maybe we'll find some sellers pushing it right back down. But you see now the daily candle has flipped bullish now, okay? Did any news release? No? Guys, I'll go to our Discord commodities channel if you guys are posting anything. Crippy. Nice, brother. Guys, this is our commodities Discord channel right over here. This is with all the snipers. Doing a good job. This is a really nice post right here. The 1% traders mindset. 1% have patience, hardworking, no greed, confidence, strong mindset. That's us here at SST. All of you guys. 99%, this is not the mindset you want to have. You don't want to be feared. You kind of don't want to be scared. If you see your setup, you got to go in with it. I don't know why I didn't pull the trigger there. You can't have a weak mindset, guys. You got to have a strong mindset in these markets. You can't be lazy. I know you guys are not lazy. I know some of you guys, it's really late for you guys and you guys are in the markets, and can't be greedy. If you're in on that candle, I would at least be at a break even. I would have been scaling out a long time ago. I would have cleared out 80% out of that candle myself if I was in. And then impatience. Just learn to be patient, guys. Patience will pay you in these markets. Wow, holy shit. Like, look at this candle. Bullish ignited right to the 70 pips, right to the red zone. And where's the first wick? Right there at that red box coming down. It's going to close now in 30 seconds. Okay. So this is a good push back up. Let's see if it has legs to continue to break through here. Amanda, nice. You're 40 pips of profit. There you go. So this is where maybe you got to learn how to either, you know, if you're not at a break even, maybe let's see how it will continue to go. Let's see. So Amanda, right now, open close of this candle. When it closes, figure out where 50% of this candle is. Okay. Figure out where your cut is and figure out maybe the point of control of the candle. And figure out, okay, did it close near the high? Yes, it did. Okay. Oh shit, not that. Fibonacci tool, guys. Opening price, closing price. Okay. Where's 50% of it? I can move this cut line right there. Okay. And then if we find the point of control, if we get pullbacks, maybe all of us are looking to buy. Maybe there's the point of control of that candle if it comes down. It hasn't came down. So Amanda, you got a shallow pullback. It came down bearish, but you see, picked up a quick wick. Has not came into here, and look, it's still filling, taking out that wick, and now it's driving into our mid-red zone right here, okay? So that's exactly now psychological, 4,200 on the dot. Wow. Cash, 10% on the 4187 buy. Thank you, bro. Sweet tea on you. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Okay, and then you see these are blocks below us. Okay, have we came into this one? No, that would be like a shallow pullback, most recent pullback buy. Have we came into this neckline? No. Okay, so we haven't revisited there yet. And then have we revisited the bottom of the lowest point of the day? No. So this one is the strongest. This one is the middle. This one is the weakest one out of all of them. Okay, because this is the most recent one of this big candle. Holy shit. Okay. So we're dry. Guys, wow. These Tokyo sessions are insane. Who's loving this Tokyo volume? My goodness. What's going on in these markets? Justin. What a time to learn, Justin. I swear. This is the time to learn. Look at these two candles are 75 pips. Those are literally someone's daily goal right there. That is my daily goal. Like anywhere from 50 to 100 pips a day. That's it. You can literally hit it in 10 minutes. These markets are unbelievable. Sergio, bananas. Yeah. It's exciting, guys. Okay, but let's stay disciplined. Let's follow the volume, okay? Because we're not too far from the highest point of the day. So now, are these sellers who sold it off right there and held it there, will this be another lower high and then push it right back down, okay? I'm kind of waiting for that U.S. news, but I can't wait all night for it. Sometimes they say around 7 p.m. and then they don't even release it. What time is it, Danny, in Vancouver right now? You guys welcome me in Vancouver? How are the taxes over there? But guys, okay, so learn this pattern. Remember what I said. Trading is the same shit over and over and over. If you got to practice, play the Tetris Nintendo game. I told you guys. Okay? It's a great little game. Get you thinking. You got to think fast. You see, you have to think fast on that candle. Okay? Now we're continuing to break. Oh my goodness. Okay? We're not too far away from this daily high right here. Wow. So we noticed that they took out the daily low right there. Are they going to take out the daily high and bring it back down, or is it going to close above and then we're driving through this higher time frame resistance area back up here? Wow. Okay. Oh my God, guys, this is crazy. This is crazy. Devon, you played Tetris as a kid. You were made for this. Okay, this is what it is. This is Tetris that can pay you some money to play. We got to figure out our blocks. We got to figure out our patterns. You got to think of the next candle before it even prints, right? That's how, like Tetris, it shows you the piece in the corner. Before you put your piece down, you got to think of the next one. So trading is the same thing. I'm already visualizing the next candle before this one prints. I'm looking right now. How high is it? Is it closing near the high? Is it going to open ignited? Will it be a firecracker breaking out? Or are they going to do some silly fake out up here and bring it back down and retest this location? You know, I'm like, guys, I visually interpret the next candle before it prints. And then if it does what I think it's going to do, I don't hesitate. I go in. There's no second guessing. There's no, it's kind of like your gut feeling. As long as you're trading with proper risk management, you got nothing to be scared of, okay? So first thing is, let's go through the motions. Did it close above this green zone? Yes, okay? It just opened. Did it take out that wick? No. So now it's coming down red. So we haven't had a pullback into here. We haven't had a pullback down into here. This might be the first pullback, and this thing could technically continue to drive, right? Here it comes down. Let's see what happens in here. But then we have to understand that this is the double top on the daily. Right here, purple line, bringing it down to the bodies. I know it's a lot of boxes, but I just want you guys to understand that they're protecting the double top of the highest point of the day right now. So now here's, guys, it's coming in here. If you want to buy a pullback, you could entertain one, but this one could break. A better one would be down here or down here. Okay, so now it's coming in to retest. So like you see, kind of those buyers got excited and bought the high, and now it just came in there, now it flipped. So get ready. Maybe this will continue to break out and go bullish up here. Man, Omar, you just took out 172 pips. Holy shit. Trump to sign the bill right now? Okay, guys, we got to be ready, okay? Because if Trump is signing the bill, okay, so we got a double top. What did we say? What did you guys say? Signing the bill, opening the government, is it bullish or bearish for gold? Overall, not on the next candle. What do you guys think overall? Opening up the U.S. government, is that good or bad for the U.S. dollar? Bear for gold? Okay. So then now, look at how they're kind of narrating this. Trump is about to sign the bill. We came to the daily high. Buyers couldn't, tap in there. It's a lower high block coming right back down. Okay, this candle is closing in 3 minutes. Now we're testing right inside here. So this is where technically we should see buyers push it up with a wick. If there isn't, then we know that there's more selling pressure to come down. We could maybe get a better buy down in here if you're looking to buy gold. But you could be considering selling a double top right now, okay? So you see, look at how it came in there, came back down, kind of swept the low right there, back up, that Tetris piece right there. What do we call this bar? I call it a 3-bar play. Is there a technical Tetris name for this piece? Any old school Tetris players out there that know the name of this piece? Look at, okay, so we got a bearish engulfing candle coming down with 2 minutes to go. Samuel, it's called a column. Who loves trading? Just who loves trading? I absolutely love this. Imagine being at the comfort of your own home, making some money and learning how to do this. It's great. You know, you don't got to travel to work. You can come down here in your pajamas and just turn on the computer. The kids are playing upstairs. Yeah, I got my pajamas on. I got the PJs. It's fantastic. When you actually understand this, you're gonna love this. When you're gonna get so passionate about it, you're gonna want to teach everybody. This is all you're gonna talk about to your friends. They're gonna get sick of you guys talking about this. Okay, so here's the close in 60 seconds. So that push down, it didn't create a new higher high. Okay, pushing back down in here. Let's see. Maybe one more leg wants to come down. Maybe we could sell the next candle down. Let's see. And then if I do that, I'd either place my stop loss above these wicks, right at 50%, or I'd be protected at the highest point of the day. Then you got to measure the distance to know how big your stop would be. It would be at least 40, 50 pips. Because look at the volume. Like if you were to enter down here and you're just above the previous candle, you're above 50 pips stop loss. If you're up there, you're 70. You see, you got to incorporate the volume too into your analysis. You can't use a cookie cutter approach of just 20 pips stop loss on every single bar at alt. You got to kind of understand, look at the volume of trading now. These are like 50, 60, 70 pip 5-minute candles. So you have to use a breathing room of at least that amount. So when I say that, someone's going to say, holy shit, Ron, 50, 60 pips is crazy. It's not crazy. It's the size of the candle. So this is where then you got to lower your position size to make the room to breathe for that. So you're not panicking if it goes in a little bit of drawdown. Okay, so you see they returned it right back up and we got another bullish open. Okay, are we going to flag now? This is where traditionally you would flag. Right there. Look at the size of the bodies right in that zone. I'm going to make it neutral. This could be a bull flag. A bull flag has a high probability of breaking to the upside, but they could be preventing it from breaking because we're at the double top of the daily high. So this is where, if it doesn't produce the bull flag here, this is where we could see sellers one more leg coming down. Get ready. 745. It's pushing down in here. Okay, I'm going to go into sell. I'm going to go into sell, test this second leg. I'm putting my stop loss. Like, see, I'm above. I could be right above that wick. This is when I get in a trade now, the first thing I'm looking at is where I'm placing my stop loss. I'm not looking at my TP. If it wants to go down, it'll go down. The next thing I'm doing is, do I want my stop loss just above that wick? And then I'm looking to come down right into that green box, right? I got to measure it if it comes down in there. That would be about 40 to 50 pips in there, okay? So if it starts breaking, I know at least 30, 35 pips, I could start reducing my stop loss if I'm still in this trade. But if it needs to come back up, I'm relying like on another shoulder to push it right back down, okay? So I'm testing out a sell here, guys, to see if they'll return this back down into this point of control down in here. And I know buyers could bring it right back up too. So it's a little bit of a risky trade. Okay, and then if I'm still in this and the black volume closes below the green zone, we're going to flip that green zone red, then maybe I've now got an offering zone for a retest candle or a further leg coming down, okay? And then now we filled those wicks, okay? So we filled that wicks. That was 20 points right there, 20 pips. As a 1 minute scalper, sometimes you're pipped and dipped out of the market just like that with zero drawdown, okay? But if we're looking to come down to the zone, because I gave it a little bit of a stop loss here, let's see if it can come down there and then push for 40 to 50. But ultimately, can we get black volume to close below this green zone so we can flip it red so maybe we can get further push? 2.5 minutes to go, and every dip, you got to understand that there's going to be buyers pushing it right back up. So we got to see if we can continue with this bearish volume coming back down. And it's at this psychological area of 4,200. So this is the dogfight. This is where all the transactions are happening. I want to see if the sellers can bring it right back down to that opening balance, right? Buyers are doing everything to protect it. So I want to see if sellers are for real tonight. When's Trump going to sign this bill? At 9:45, I need him to sign it right now. I need him to sign it right now on this candle. Trump, just sign it right now. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Imagine he signs it and this is a huge black candle that just drops. Oh my God, that would be hilarious. Okay, so we got 90 seconds. So it's like just right at my buy right there. So it's still like no win, no loss. It dropped 20 plus pips. I didn't do anything. So you can see now I'm in a little bit of drawdown now. Okay, but what I look at is the wicks, took out that. So you got to make new lows in order to continue to push down, right? So that wick did some damage. Now we got to follow the volume. I know we have lower highs above us. We are still below 50% of this bearish candle. So we have a point of control above us. We have a second top from the daily high. So now we just got to see if we can penetrate a little further down, if we can get volume to close. Is my stop loss too tight, guys? You think I should open it up to above the wick of the daily high? It's only like an extra 10 pips to increase it up there. Yeah, 10 pips. Okay, here's the close. Let's see the volume. Okay, I'm very technical. So if I don't see black volume close below that green zone, I don't make it red. Look at where it's going to close, right at it. Are you serious? Okay, so it closed in the green zone. So it doesn't surprise me that this candle just opened blue. They rejected it quickly. It came down. It refueled. Okay, so the cut line is right there. There's my red line cutting that previous bearish candle. So we should see a wick right here. Okay, we should see if it's holding true to that bearish candle. There's a wick. We got rejected. Can now the offers come all the way back down and to the opening balance and flip this candle and have another impulse coming down? So it's refueling but retesting this. So if it goes higher, then it's going to come and revisit the opening balance of the previous bearish candle where it opened. There it is. Okay, so we have an engulfing candle. Will it take out that high and test up in here? Okay, so big bullish return holding this green zone still. So I got to see now, are the sellers up here? Are they going to come down? Or is this going to come right through here and then tap all these stops and break for a new daily high? Okay, and that's why I don't want to be in this trade anymore if it breaks up here, because then it could be a daily high breakout and could be a huge bullish candle. So that's as much room as I'm giving it to breathe, right? This is, if there's going to be sellers, they got to be somewhere here. So we see a wick already, okay? So it's kind of right at that point of control of the upper candle. Now they're pushing it back down, but this has still got a strong body on this blue candle, okay? So it could continue just to refuel and come back up. So now we're having the fight right here. And we're going into futures market in the next 9 minutes. 8 minutes, 9 minutes. So buyers are very, very strong still. If you guys bought that pullback in there, you guys are in the money. You guys are doing great. I'm trying to see if today's second top is going to hold, okay? It's for education purposes. I have a different broker than this FXCM chart on, so I'm following on my mobile, and my levels are just a little bit different than this here, okay? But I will verbally tell you what I do, okay? I'll verbally tell you if I get stopped out. DXY Justin gapped up bullish, yeah. Probably anticipation of news. Yeah, you've made peace, Stefan, with just sticking with gold. That's a good strategy. Just close your eyes and buy the dips on gold. It's not easy to short gold in a situation, the rally it's been having. You're absolutely correct about that. Okay, so I got to follow these wicks, guys, and my stop is just above this wick right here. just above 4206. We're at 4205 now. There's a little bit of a push down. And we got one more minute to go into the close. But there's going to be probably a push out of here to break that high and then test the daily high. So I'd never increase my stop up there. I'm still right here in the market. Still hanging around. But it looks like they're going to get me. Okay, I got stopped out there. Okay, so buyers are strong. That's a good clue now. Okay, but now noticing how they're strong coming into the futures market in the next 5 minutes, let's see now what they do at the daily high. Okay, so now is the real test to see how strong this volume is. Why did I set my stop loss there and not the day? Because it could be a daily high, then it's just a big breakout, just redistributing all that volume. I don't want to give it any unnecessary pips. That's more than enough confirmation. It didn't hold in this red zone. That's all I need to know. Okay, so get ready, guys, for a futures market in 5 minutes. So they brought it all the way back up to the high. They just broke it out. So this is now. You know where this big red zone is from. Remember on the daily now. If you look at the daily bar, okay, more higher time frame. Look at what the daily candle is trading into now, okay? So you got to know this like for the rest of today. It could break right there, and look at what we're trading into. This is that big point of control right over here of this candle on October 21. So this is where we're trading. I was just testing out to see if they would hold it down and bring it down. They failed. So this probably has some more room to break through here right when this futures market opens up. Unless they really push it down. But I can't see that happening. So what we got to do is then not sell. Okay, I won't be selling, but I'll be looking to buy pullbacks. Okay, where? Maybe in here at this red line, maybe down here at this red line down in here. This one would be better here at the opening position, at the opening balance. So I'm going to personally look in case for buys unless I see some heavy selling pressure when this futures opens up. Guys, if you hit stop loss, it's all good. It's just a stop loss. It's not the end of the world. If you guys are not over leveraging, it shouldn't be a problem. Okay? You gotta figure out the market. You gotta test it out. You know, you gotta get your feet wet a little bit, see what's going on in here. Otherwise, stay on the sidelines. Okay, so now, you know, they swept liquidity at the high, they did it at the bottom. See, when they swept it down at the bottom, you had this big return back up. Now they swept the high. Are they going to return it back down? Or they're going to continue pushing and just breaking through here? Guys, you got to learn. Win or lose in a trade, you got to understand what happened and move on. You can't dwell upon it, okay? Got to move on, especially if you want to have an intraday mindset or a scalper's mindset. You got to understand what just happened and move on, right? You have to, whether it's a win, a loss, or break even. Understand what happened. I was testing to see if this would continue. It was breaking down, but I didn't get the sellers to follow through. Then this candle came right back up, right in that green zone. I was looking to break that green zone and come down. Okay, it didn't. It failed. So now we got to watch what's happening up here. Now we have more sellers at the daily high where they rejected it. And we have 90 seconds to go into the close. I didn't go full port on that trade. I didn't go crazy. I went 0.2% of my 1% that I'm going to trade. So I still have 0.8 to get my money back and get in another trade. I was just testing to see if the sellers were strong right before the futures and they showed weakness. Now they're showing that they're coming in, but the buyers are still pushing it right back up. So in 1 minute, this shit could break out bullish and just cut right through here. Okay. Otherwise, they'll open it up, come back down, and then we buy the pullback. Unless sellers can bring it down with a big black candle and close it back below here, then that's where that selling leg could come right into the market. One more leg. Okay, but here we go. Here's the close in 30 seconds. So is that volume going to continue to follow and close above this previous purple high? I just want to put on the news feed. Just, okay, Trump to sign the bill. Again, same shit. Here's the open, guys. Get ready. This is futures market open. Okay, so it closed bearish right there. Open bullish ignited. Okay, this could be, again, that bull flag that breaks right out of here. Okay, should we take it on the impulse? There's the refuel. Came back down, refuel. Still, I'm going to go on a buy, okay? I'm going to try 3 refuels to break. I'm going to buy now, okay? So, am I going against? Am I hedge trading? Am I doing this or that? No, I'm out of the position. I saw it refuel itself. Now, stop loss. I'm already in the trade. Do I place it just below that previous wick? Or should I go below this green zone, right below that red line, in case it pulls back on me, okay? And then where am I looking to take it? Just in no man's land in this big red zone. I want to break above this wick if it gets up there, okay? Now I got to see, the impulse, they brought it down. No, stopped out. Shit. Okay, guys. This is too extreme now. This is now 2 strikes for me. That's it. In baseball game, 2 strikes. I'm not going to engage no more. Not in this. No. Sit back. That's what I'm doing. Not engaging in this. That was one of those setups. Open bullish, went down, bullish, refueled, and you say, I got caught. I got caught. Sometimes you're going to get caught. No, Kenny Gold is not bad. No, it's not. It's just those entries are not good. They're not good entries on my part. Gold is doing what gold is doing. I got no complaints with gold. Gold is moving. Just improper timing. I timed it incorrectly. I got stopped out there. I got stopped out. So I'm just going to wait now. Allow the market to open up. Go through everything. Wait 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. See what happens here. So we're trading right at the second top of the daily high with those fake outs. But it came right back in here. It's still holding with a wick. So there is buyers. You know, I just had a stop in there and I got stopped out. Okay. Had I held my stop a little lower, I could have been in, but I'm not. The House is voting right now, 14 minutes left. Yeah, so there's going to be volatility, but let's just watch the trend here. So it's still bullish, coming back up. Let's see, will it hold here or the opening balance? The yellow line is important. If this comes down, could look for buys there, but I'm going to hold off. These are big candles, guys. These are big candles. So when you're trading, just lower your risk a little bit. We could see you could see 100 pip 5-minute candles. The range of this candle is 100. Holy shit. Gold volume is ridiculous lately. Click 5-minute divergence. Yeah. Okay, but if it closes below, I'm going to go again. Green to red, because it could come in here, retest this, and continue dropping down. But with the volume, we could see bigger volume. Okay, so it closed below, green to red. They opened it, ignited, no wick. There's no wick. So it's technically going to continue to drop. Look at the open. Ignited, no wick. So dropping down, it got a wick return. This is the retest now, coming back into here. So if you're on sells, you want to maintain below this red zone if it comes in to retest. If you're looking to buy, maybe you wait a little bit more to see what happens at this yellow line, or we got to wait for blue volume to close back above here in order to continue to push out. I'm not going to look to trade right now. Just want to see what is going on in here. And you have to factor in the volatility. I'm just going to get rid of this one zone. I'm going to focus on this bigger one up here. And then the red line is just kind of cutting that bearish candle in half. And I want to focus on the opening balance right here. Okay. So you see now, guys, I'm getting rid of those kind of like inside zones. Now I'm focusing on the bigger one because now we've got bigger volume in the markets. So I just want to continue to watch what's going on here. So now we have that shitty daily candle right back to the opening balance. Now this is the opportunity to see if the opening price will still continue to hold. This is where we should see, like a wick somewhere here and go back up blue. But this is bearish volume coming down, could continue to push down and close below here, and then more push down coming back down to the lowest point. And then this is the bigger double top. So I went in a little too early on the sell. But when we look at it here, there it is. Man, the futures market fake out right there at 8 p.m. Now coming down. So this is the bigger neckline right here. That's the bigger. Will it break and then come down in there? That would be a good buying area in here. Will it come here, hold, and then continue to see if it will move up here or back up here? Now you see, guys, how the zones open up. Now we're trading from this red block possibly to either this one or to the one below here. This one is irrelevant now. Okay, we're going to trade. This is now the inside. This is the bigger one. This is the one on the bottom. Okay. Now we're right back. I hate trading these daily candles like this, where it's a spin top and then it's fighting between the opening price, a little bit up, a little bit down, but you can still see there's significant volume. Like, these are big moves, guys. Okay, just like these two candles, 150 pips. Oh my God. Mario, you got 60 pips on the sell. Congratulations. Yeah. It's like 60 pips is like nothing these days. It's like 1 minute candles are 50 pips. Man, it was pretty good clockwork. I just, I bit on that shit. I waited for that ignited bar that came up, back down, refueled, short wicks. I was looking for that daily high pop, and I got clapped. I got caught with my hand in the cookie jar there. Okay, so look we're right at that opening price again. Sellers are controlling it. If it closes below, that inside block will turn red. If it comes back up blue, maybe retest this, and it's got further selling to come down right down to the lowest point of the day, back down to here. However, if the buyers bring it back up, then we could see a blue leg continue to come right back up. So we really got to be watching here, guys. This is not like where the buyers and sellers are fighting right at the daily opening price. This is where it could get frustrating. Like, this is where you got to have a bias now if you're trading inside here. Okay, so you see how it closed right there? It could right at the opening, the yellow line there. Okay, so yes, it could come back up, but they rejected it quickly down. So sellers could continue taking out that wick and dropping it down. I really want to trade, but I think it's going to be too fast for you guys. Like, I really want to trade, guys. Like, I love scalping. In, out, in, out. Some are losses, some are wins, some are break-evens. But I love trading. I want to continue to go, but I'll wait for something more to develop, either down in here. Watch what's happening here. I'm not trading with big risks today, so, I could continue to go. I'm more concerned about you guys, because sometimes you guys over leverage a little bit, but I got to get used to it that you guys are doing good risk management when you're trading. Okay, so remember what I said. This bigger red zone, you can see it's active. It's the double top, the little fake out right up there, and dropping it back down. So we're just kind of consolidating at this inside zone. If you want to wait, you can see that this zone might get active, okay? So we're just trading right in the middle. And then if you look to the left, right over here, this is where it was going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, okay? We're right back in similar area where it could just now get real choppy, where it could go up, back down, or we wait for something to happen up here in the red zone again, or back down into here. When is he signing this bill? That's, again, I don't want to keep trading when... Is there a time? Did they announce a time when they're doing this? 9:45? 9:45, that's too late. They said around 7. Kevin, Bitcoin is breaking on news? Oh yeah, Bitcoin is pumping right now. Big 5-minute candle. Even US 30. NASDAQ. And gold is selling right now. No pullbacks yet. Okay, so then what if we were looking to buy now? You see it's coming down. Either we inside here, that will be like the double bottom, today's daily low, or even a little deeper down in here. Remember this green zone right here? 4,178 up to 4,181, somewhere in here. But let's see if it will come down here. So if you're looking for buys, maybe here or below here. Or if it closes, it gets back above here and closes above, you could buy off this to take it back up. But if this candle closes below here, I'm going to flip that zone in there red. And that's going to show us that there's still sellers in the market. See, that candle got me, 950. I went in too early on the sell. You know, I thought that would be the lower high shoulder pushing down. And then that candle got me. And then they got the liquidation that they needed and then the dump. So I went in a little too early. Okay, here's the close now. Close. Did it close below that green zone? I'm going to assume it is, okay, because we're going to watch now where this candle closes. I just did it prior to it closing. 20 seconds. Now it's coming down. You could even take your cut line to represent where this candle will eventually close, because if it comes back up blue, 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 gets a wick there, it'll probably could try to come back down into here and take out again for a new low. And then the daily candle is really, really turning into a shooting star and has further room to drop. So there it is, ignited. There's the cut, okay, so it opened ignited black. Again, it's got a short wick. It didn't break. So technically, it had equal lows. Then it came down, broke. So if it comes back up, there's 50%, okay? You could look to sell off of that. You see, it didn't come up there. So I can't sell at a premium area. It's continuing to push down quickly. You had to basically get in on that candle right away. Now, do I want to sell the lowest point? That's where you might get caught again with those type of wicks. They could break it here and then reverse it back up. So I'm going to watch. Are they going to take out again, cause a new low in the market? Will it come back a nice deeper discounted area for a buy down in here? And then maybe these sellers are going to start to close out their positions down in here. And then maybe we might see one more leg back up. Or will it just hold right here? It's a huge selling leg coming down, but it's kind of just reversing the bullish leg we just witnessed, where it came up. See, if you're in buys too, if you're holding for long term, see how the market is just will come right back down, right? And if you didn't have a break even or a trailing stop loss on that move coming up, the market could come right back down, okay? So just like this, how it's selling down, you know, I could be saying the same thing to, like with sellers. Selling back down, it could, you know, possibly try to come all the way back up. But if it comes up there, it could come up to there and then get rejected back down. Then you look for, again, second bottom to break that. Then you got that pattern like that. But the government is back on in the U.S. That's what we were saying. Bias was gold would sell, but it's early in the day. It's only 3 hours in. So will this selling volume continue later tonight into London? Will it New York bring it back up and then it continues driving down later today? Okay, they're really redistributing down here. So if you're looking to buy, now it's getting down, possibly down in here. Holy, this is huge selling. And remember, if you're buying, you're counter trading, right? So you got to understand that too. If you're looking to buy, it could just be a move coming right back up and then you're right into a pocket of sellers and sellers could possibly continue pushing down. So just so you know, if you are looking for buys, I know it's at an amazing discount, but you got to know it could come right into here and then go back down. Then maybe you got to wait for a second bottom. Second bottom might be a stronger move on the second one, but got to be careful. So it just cut right through there. So this is where I want to see. It hasn't traded inside here. Okay. Holy, these are huge volume candles. Gold is crazy this time. Wow. Okay, so now it's trading right deep in here with 1 minute to go. Anyone going to entertain any buys? Or are we going to just continue to sell at these zones? Let it come up to us and we can just continue selling with this volume. You have to be brave to buy down in here. And you got to know when, if you are buying, it could come right back into the zone and go right back down. Okay, so I'm going to assume that it's going to close below here. So this bigger green zone that held the bottom is going to go red. Okay, so that's a big red block now above us. Okay, so if you want to sell, you know, we could sell at a premium here, we could sell at a premium here, or again at the opening balance right here. Vote ended. Okay, now let's see. Here it comes up with the wick. So with the return of the wick, maybe the next candle will open blue with this momentum. And maybe they'll quickly reject it back down and push it down. Okay, so let's see. Will it open blue? Yes. So open blue, will it come all the way back up and retest here? And then if you're looking to sell, we could entertain selling here on a retest. It's a bullish ignited candle, so technically maybe it wants to continue to come up. It's if you want to entertain a buy here, you could, but it's risky, right? Because we got so much selling pressure. This could kind of be where, you know, it's just a bounce back up, and then they're going to reject this and continue pushing it down. Okay, so be careful here. It's coming up bullish, bullish, bullish. Now to the retest area. So if sellers are here, we should see a wick on the candle coming in. Okay, right in here. It's right now in the zone. If this bullish candle comes right through here and closes above, then we could have momentum to go on to another. See, there's the rejection right in there, and they rejected it back down. Remember, it was a bullish ignited open. So this is now where it could possibly start to refuel itself and come right back up. But if it's an inverted hammer bar, if it loses this, it will turn into that bearish shooting star and continue to backfill the previous wick and maybe break that daily point of interest. Okay, so that was a proper retest of sellers. They're there. Okay, so now we just got to see if the candle will flip bearish. Buyers are still holding it, still bullish ignited, still buyers are inside bringing it right back up with 3 minutes to go. Okay, but you guys see the first retest, they rejected it. And then as it came down, the bar is strong and continued to fill right back up. Okay, so now with 3 minutes to go, will it continue to push through this red zone, or are sellers going to continue to reject this volume back down? You can learn a lot on this candle, right? It opened bullish ignited, it came up, it got rejected down, but it didn't break its opening balance. It held, it kind of got those orders again, refueled itself, and now it's right here, ready to possibly continue to go. Government is reopened. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this blue candle will close above here or below? Above this zone or below the zone? What do you guys think in the next 2 minutes? Above or below? They just passed the bill right now. Below. A lot of you, okay, below. Everyone is below basically. Okay, so let's see. Let's wait for the closure. 2 more minutes. So you see it's really, really strong, coming right back up. NASDAQ is on fire, Phantom, yeah. Okay, there's another sharp rejection. Okay, you saw it came right up to there, and then they rejected it back down, but it's still filling itself back up. If it closes above and we get a retest, are we confident to take a buy? Or are we still, second guessing ourselves to take a buy? Remember, this is the first bottom. This is bottom one. Wait. You're very patient, bitch. you see how that green zone held up right there? Man, I should have had a pending buy order in there. Yeah, it's fast, guys. It's fast. This is very fast markets. Very, very, very fast markets. Okay, but here's the close coming in 20 seconds. Will it bullish engulf that entire black candle? And then maybe if it comes back down, retest this and have one more leg up. We got to figure now where's the neckline. Is it going to be this bigger? I think it's going to be more the opening balance. Get rid of this cut line. I think maybe up here. This is where we're going to get now the volume trading in here. We can still remain patient a little bit here. There was the close, very strong. So did it close above the red zone? Yes. So I'm going green now. Okay. See how they rejected it? So something is fishy. It closed right at the highest point, and you're telling me it just couldn't open blue and take that out? So you see now how the sellers are right back in, holding it down currently while it retests this green zone. This is where I love, like, kind of, if it's breaking through here, I like to go in a sell. But it could just play this game where it's barcoding now. Bearish, bullish, come back down bearish, maybe catch a wick, go back up. Okay, so if it breaks here, you got no wicks. It could just fill blue side right up to this red zone. Like if you're looking, it just breaks right there. There's nothing. There's nothing behind us right there. It'll go 40 to 50 pips right back in that red zone. But you see how the candle has not flipped blue yet. Okay, so that's why I watch. Like if I'm looking to scalp it back up, I got to see, is it collecting anything in this green zone? It's got a wick, but no, the sellers are strong, pushing it right back down. You see, like, you're telling me it couldn't break just that little tiny point right here? There's no way, right? So this is where you got to ask yourself, how did it not just break that little point right there just to fill right up to there? So this is how strong the sellers are right now. And then we're literally barcoding now. Bearish, bullish. They shut it down, bearish back again. But should we sell right now or should we wait for this candle to close? That's what you got to ask yourself. Is like, do we sell right now or do we wait another 3 minutes? But did you see, guys, right there? How did it close right at the opening? It opened. How did it not just fill up 5 pips just to fill? So you can see how the wall is there. It's like a big wall of sellers. Just right when this candle opened, right? Going into 8:30 now. So it's 8:27. So this is going to open a new 30-minute candle. And this is what we got going on the 30. So there was that big push at 7:30. You know, and now all of this volume is coming down. If this 30-minute candle closes below, we're closing below the previous lowest price, the purple line. We could have another 30 minutes continuing to sell down in the next 30 minutes. So you see now, like how it's just, if you're to trap this volume right now, the bars are speaking for themselves. Like there's the trap. Look at it. It's like, it's you know, perfect, like Tetris piece. Black, blue, black. So this is frustrating for both sellers and buyers. Sellers and buyers. Okay, but we're smart. If it accumulates, then we know it will at least break out for 50 or more pips to the upside. If it breaks down, we could be breaking down to, you know, the 200 EMA or this daily point of interest, 4,168 down here. Tough candle. Ask yourself, how did that candle open like that? You know, that's what I ask myself every single day when I see these type of candles. It's, you got to ask yourself, there's no way off of that bullish ignited candle that closed right at the highest point and just had a tiny 5 pip wick to fill, and you're telling me it couldn't go blue and fill that up? So that tells you how strong the sellers are right there. They're not allowing it to advance. Okay, but now when it came down, just picked up a higher low, and now it's coming back up with 1 minute to go. I might have one more trade in me, guys. I know it's going into 8:30. We're going to wrap this up, but maybe we'll stay till 8:45, 9 p.m. Okay, one more trade maybe in me. Okay, so it's coming right back up with the wick, right into this zone again. And with 30 seconds to go, and we're going into 8:30. Okay, so that's a big candle. It's not just a 5-minute candle opening up, it's a new 30-minute candle as well. So that candle brings in its own volume and volatility as well. Okay, look at it coming right back up. This is what we call a hanging man candle. It still has that bearish head above us. Still strong with selling pressure, but we do have that big rejection by the buyers coming right back up with the closing time right now. So this is where now the volume is consolidated right back in that green zone. It opened bullish, ignited again. So will it kind of come up blue, 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 blue and get that impulse breakout there? Or is it going to get rejected and then it's going to come right back down, fill that wick and drop even more? So this is where you got to kind of pick your point here. Do we want to continue to sell with this? Okay, so it came down, came back up, came down, back up, up. Is it going to go back down with bigger volume? Okay, I'm going to sell. This is going to be my final trade today. I'm going to place my stop now. Okay, I could be really tight again to 50% of that bearish candle right there and just above it. Okay, I could be really tight. I'm looking now to fill that wick, come down to test the daily yellow line and possibly break to the red line, maybe the 200 EMA. So I'm looking to really redistribute this bearish daily candle to break through all of these zones here, okay? So my stop is just above 50% of that candle. I could go and give it more room to breathe and be above the red whole zone, but I just feel comfortable right there. If the sellers are gonna be here, they'll be here. If they're not, I don't wanna be in the trade any longer, okay? So I'm gonna continue to sell down with this market. And then if I haven't had the closing candle below here to make this green zone red, so maybe this might be the candle. I'm entering on an impulse, the way how that came up, how this opened, and 30-minute volume could be pushing down. With the news of the US government opening up, maybe gold will continue to sell. If it can fill that wick, it's approximately 70 pips down to fill the previous wick, right down to the mid green box. Okay, so we got a good push so far. That's 40 pips down, right down to there. Okay, but to continue to advance down, can we fill down there and get that 70 pip fill? You could be reducing your risk if you like. Okay, if you want to go to a break even, you're welcome to now. But you know, it could come right back up and stop you out and then go right back down. Okay, but this is a good candle, pushing, good volume. We have another 2.5 minutes. So this is the halftime show. Half the candle is going. We got a second half. This is the opening of the 30-minute candle. So I want to see, can this 30-minute volume continue to penetrate down to this daily point of interest, 4,178. Good bar, guys. That's a good bar. 50, 60 pips. Okay, I'm going to go to a break even. Break even. I feel it's break even time. I'm up almost 60 pips. Break even. Okay, but let's see if we can penetrate to take out that red line, that previous low, create a new low. If we could even get that black volume to close below that wick, we could have maybe one more ignited push to continue come down, okay? But I'm at a break even now, myself. So I didn't take out any profit. Maybe that's my problem, but I'm at a break even. So if it comes up, I can't lose. I haven't taken out any profit. Worst case is a break even. And then I got to learn my lesson and say, Ron, why didn't you take out after 50, 60 pips? Okay, 90 more seconds to go. I'll let you guys know as soon as I get tapped out. And then you could probably see I went to a break even too fast. Or when it tapped into that green box right in there, I didn't take out my profit. You know, I went against my rules. I'm still in it. But they're going to get me real quick here. Okay, I got out. Break even. You see, guys, how quick these markets move? They move really, really fast. You see? So I took a BE on that trade, right into that green box. You see, guys, I didn't, exercise my rules. I was getting a little greedy to take out that yellow line. But I'm still going to follow the volume, right? If it closes below here, we flip this green zone red. It didn't break those lows, so maybe it will consolidate down in here and continue to drop down. However, if the buyers bring this thing back up, there could be an easy flip buy for 50, 60, 70 pips to the upside. Just right back above this area, this red zone right here. Okay, so that candle did close below. So I'm just going green to red to see now if sellers will hold this thing up. But now it's back up bullish. Okay, so you're back in this consolidated phase here. So you see how fast things can go down, how fast things can go up. Guys, did you learn anything from that trade that I just took there? Ron made a massive mistake when it moved all the way down 50, 60, almost 70 pips. I went to the break even. I did that, but I didn't scale anything out. If I scaled out, I could have recovered my previous loss. Okay? So you guys see, you're going to learn a lot of lessons in these markets. And just that, me being just that extra little greedy, see how the market came back and punished me. I should have respected my green zone in here. I should have respected that daily point of interest. Or I went too fast to a break even. Do you guys think I went too fast to a break even prior to that candle closing? That could be another issue. But for me, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Some other traders are not okay with that. For me, I know at least a break even, I didn't give any more money back to the market. Because what happens if that flip blue and then it's coming all the way back up here? Then you got a stop loss exposed in the market. Then you can physically lose money. That sucks. Okay, but a break even, it stings. But I know for next time then, I got to learn. At least close out 50%, 60%, 70, 80, whatever it is. But did you guys understand how I went in with that momentum? How it came down, went up. As soon as it came back up blue, got rejected. That's where I took the sell, right there. And it sold, black candle, took out that wick, took out those bodies, but it didn't have enough juice to take out that 30-minute wick right there. And right, again, in that pocket of that green zone, buyers brought it right back up. So if you're in buys now, you got two return wicks, really nice return wicks, that this could continue, possibly if it closes blue, you could continue with that bullish leg coming back up this afternoon, this evening. So we're right back in kind of in this consolidated phase where it was bearish, bullish, bearish. We had a nice break, but they didn't break for a new low, and now it's coming right back up bullish. So again, this little red zone that I was saying, how did it not break when that opened just to fill up there? So now it's coming right back up. Let's see. Will it break here, close? And then if you're in buys, it's got a lot of room that it could continue to come right back up. Gold has so much volume at this time of the day. I don't know. It had this yesterday too, the past Tokyo nights. So I don't know if it's just because of the U.S. news. This is how it's been. Pretty crazy last couple of weeks in Tokyo. So if this is a good time for you guys, there's good volume, but you really got to reduce your risk at this time a little bit. With gold can be tough to trade, so lowering your risk, there's nothing wrong with it. Lowering your sizing, lower your position size, keep your ego outside the markets when you come in to trade. Because one candle can humble you real quick on gold. Believe me. So it's coming right back up. Now we should see a new higher high pushing through here. We should see at least like an impulse break, right? Right above here in 30 seconds. Let's see. So it came up again. Sellers rejected it back down. Man, that's a big rejection. This, if it closes back bearish below here, they could still send this thing down. Okay, that was a big, strong candle. And look at that big rejection. 19 seconds. Holy shit. They could flip. Wow, they flipped that entire bar, guys. You know, we could continue to sell with this momentum if like we really wanted to. It's crazy. These markets are insane. There's the close right back below the red zone, open bearish ignited. So it should open bearish ignited and continue to fill these wicks, but you got a wick and a wick. So you got a lot of returns on buy side. So it's still building back up. Ugh. This is that range. It's very difficult to trade this shit. But you can see there's kind of a pattern here. It came up. There's the neckline. Back down. Right there. Coming back up. So is it either going to break up there? Like we measured it. That would be about from here to there, 25, 30 pips. Up to there is 50. But if it comes back in here, again, they could sell it down, close it below there, and then get that real big drop continuing coming down later today. Right now, buyers are buying right back into here. It's strong, guys. This is lots of volume. But still, higher low, higher low. This red line is still holding here. We've got some liquidity in the green zone. So it definitely could continue to move to the upside, guys. What do you guys think? I always ask you guys. Bullish above here or bearish back below here? Bullish on top of here or bearish back below? It's either bullish or bearish. Bullish, Charles? Okay, let's see. But it could, what we need to see is at least an impulse break to create a new high. Okay, and then maybe we'll follow the volume through it. But again, they came right back up again, and sellers are rejecting this volume back down. Man, such a tough situation here. Jay Lavish is staying away. I know, maybe I should too. It's, but I just love scalping. I want to get in on every single candle. Phantom, have I ever got in every single candle? Yeah, with US 30 during New York. If it's really trading, really trending. Okay, so guys, we came back up. They've rejected it back down. But you still see we got selling pressure, buying pressure, selling pressure. Guys, it could continue to, maybe push one more leg down, but still holding that bullish volume. And you see where we're consolidating right now. So, we're in this range. But you guys know, like me, it could continue to break out of here, retest the opening price, yellow line, maybe a little higher, or continue to push down and keep selling off today. I'm going to wait for this candle to close. It's like every 5-minute candle is minimum 50 pips these days now. Minimum 50 pips on gold for a 5-minute candle, which is crazy because back in the day, it was like 15 pips average, especially at this time during Tokyo. It was so boring at this time. Now it's so exciting. And here's the close. Okay, so I didn't read. What did you guys say? You guys said bullish? You guys were bullish or bearish? So remember, just look at what's going on too, the bigger picture. This was the previous low, so they came all the way down there. They swept some liquidity down there. They're building it right back up. So they could return some blue volume coming back up. Like that could happen. Let's see the close here in the next 30 seconds. So now what we got to watch for is to break this high, right? With this candle, it should be able to do the job. We should break out of here. If it doesn't, then we know that this is still holding up. Like, look, it came up there. Again, they pushed it right back down. 10 seconds to go into the close. Here we go. Okay, so they pushed it right back down. Still got some blue volume, but wow, they pushed it all the way down, okay? So it's still got that little bit of blue volume. They opened the ignited bear. So it looks like they want to continue to push this thing down with those 2 rejection wicks. But we're just trading, again, right back in this zone, and you got some buyers. So it's hard to say right now. It's still inside here, you know? Your guess is as good as mine. If you're thinking buying or selling, maybe we got to wait to see, will we get some blue volume closing above here or more black volume closing below here? Then, you know, we could get our leg going through there up. It's not there yet. Okay, we're looking for that. Not happening. So then, what's the next logical one? To come back down into here. But this is like an impulse. It could impulsively go down. Like me, when I took that candle, it dropped 50, 60 pips, and I caught that wick and came all the way right back up and hit my break even. So this could be the same shit, where it just drops, catches a wick, and goes back up. So do we either wait for confirmation? Do we wait for this entire candle to officially close? But then we got to wait for 4 minutes. A lot of us can't wait 4 minutes. We're excited to get right back in. But sometimes you got to tell yourself, I got to wait it out, or you got to go in with the consequences. If you go in now, you can place your stop loss like right above that zone and see what happens. And then you're targeting to fill these wicks and break a new low. Man, that's like, I love that candle, guys, but I think it's too fast if I keep scalping like this with you guys. If you guys can manage your risk, I'll scalp everything. I enjoy this stuff, okay? And then I'll get more disciplined with taking out profit, stop loss, break even, take out. You know, like, I just got to know if you guys really kind of want to trade like that, because it's intense. You have to have a broker that can complement that style of trading too, because slippage happens, spreads, you got to factor in your spreads. I know some of you guys don't even look at spreads when you're trading, if you're trading in Forex. You see it came down, right down to that red line. Picked up a wick. So let's see where this thing can close. Okay, so if you were leaning buy side, unfortunately you were incorrect here. So it's continuing to push sell side. So selling volume, that was the pullback. It should have gave us a clue right there. You know, when that candle opened and it couldn't advance, that was kind of the clue. If you're looking to learn, there's a good clue. That candle, when it opened, you know, when you ask yourself, how did it not just advance just a couple pips to the upside? There's your answer. There was a big selling block right there that continued push down. That was when I took that sell all the way down there, but this green block is holding. And then you see when it came up, back down, came up, back down, and then they opened this one and bled it out. But there's a lot of support going on down here. See another wick coming right back up. So if it comes back up blue in here, like, it could turn, but you got to continue to follow this volume. See, like, you got to respect these wicks too. It came down there and it went back up. That was that sell I was in, and it came all the way right back up and hit my break even. This was a big, deep black candle that came all the way down again, higher low, still pushing it right back up. Okay, so if the buyers can flip this candle, close back in here, we could naturally get that bullish breakout out of here. And then kind of like guaranteeing 50 pips just to fill from here to there. So should we be patient and wait for that move, or just see if it's going to continue? Sellers will hold it down and push it down. Okay, so you see how like a kind of like a scalper's mindset works. You know, like I love trading. I want to buy, I want to sell, I want to buy, I want to sell. But I want to see, like I'm reading these wicks coming down. Fortunately, shit, I should have took out my 80% out of that. That would have like kind of negated a couple my loss at the earlier of the call, and then I could have been again level-headed and right back into it. But sometimes when you take a quick loss, it affects the way how you trade, and then you're kind of maybe second guessing yourself. You're maybe hesitant. But look at that, returned all the way back up, and look at where we closed. Again, you're telling me the volume is just concentrated in this small little box right now. Like we got a wick, all wicks inside here. Come on, okay? So this is where the market is now playing games and accumulating. So let's wait to see if something can happen up here, or if they're going to continue to push this thing down. But you can't fail to acknowledge those return wicks. So you really need sellers to really come through here. If you honestly think that that could happen, then you could continue to sell and place your stop loss above here. Otherwise, we continue to wait it out. It's like it's in a really shitty area right now. It's like, look at it. It's really tough to trade this. But we can continue to follow it. Okay, look at that. They came back down, higher low, coming right back up. Okay, so it's a bull candle, right? But it's been failing to break out of this red zone. It did right there, and then they brought it down. Now this is a hammer coming right through here. So this is sometimes, you know, like intuition where you like to take on impulse, but I'm ultimately going to wait for something up here, but I could miss a bullish breakout. But you got to just tell yourself, can I wait 3.5 more minutes, regardless of what happens? Just tell yourself that and wait it out. Emmet, how are you, man? Did you take a big trade on the indices? Okay, but look at the wicks, guys, from the buyers. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Respecting kind of this daily point of interest at 4,178, but they're just having a difficult time, you know, confirming, like closing strong back above here. Okay, so now the market got real choppy. It was trading really nice before 7 p.m., that nice push up, 8 p.m., that big push down, and now look at what we got. So this is the time where like you want to walk away from this type of volume and wait for the market to continue to trade like this. Like, look at what we got now. This is what we're staring at. This is the worst volume you can trade. The worst. Like, this is the absolute worst. If you want to take a snapshot and see what is the worst volume to trade, it's this right now. And you might see this not just on 5 minutes. You might see 15-minute candles doing this. You might see hourly candles sometimes doing this in the market. You might even see daily candles doing this. And then you got to know, you got to tell yourself, every time it comes down, buyers are bringing it back up. Every time it goes up, sellers are bringing it back down. And both sides are accumulating right now. So we know that sellers are pushing the market down. We know that buyers are. Eventually, they're going to, whoever accumulates more will make the move above here or continue to go back down. Right now, we got 90 seconds to go into the close of this. Nice bullish candle coming right back up. So can it at least break for a new higher high? Like, whether you're in a trade or not, you'd like to see a bullish breakout, an impulse to create that high that we need in order to continue to move up, right? If it fails again, then we know that the sellers are still holding this area down. Okay, there it is now. Will it advance and break above that wick right there? That failed so far. 55 seconds to go. Look at that. It came in. It didn't take out that wick. And then a seller just dropped it back down. Now we got to see the buyers bring it right back up going into the close. Or that seller has a big order. And wow, holy fuck. Look at that. Like completely rejected that without breaking that high. So they could redistribute this shit to the downside again. But now we got to follow where this body will close. Will it close inside this zone again? Will it close above or below? My God, this is disgusting volume. I don't think we should continue to trade this shit. And here's the close. Blue right inside there again. Oh, man. So we got to continue, to wait it out. Holy. And then blue, black, blue, black. Yep, new hourly in 5 minutes. I say, guys, we wait it out. Maybe we just take a peek at what the hourly candles are doing. Wow. Okay, so we had that blue, 7 p.m., futures, big 8 p.m. candle came all the way down almost. That's why I was in that sell. Could not take out that daily point of interest, and it came right back up. So will this hourly volume engulf the previous hourly volume, close below there? Again, if you're going to continue to trade tonight, looks like a big bearish hourly candle. What I would do is I would measure it from the opening price to the closing price when it officially closes. Figure out, again, the point of control, stretch it into the future. That could be your selling zone if it in fact closes bearish. Or that could be your inversion zone. If it closes above, you could look for buys to come back up to here later tonight. But look at this. Oh my God, this is so gross. Now the buyers, again, higher low, higher low. Sellers fail to close it below there. We're building a little bit of support. That's what we call a depth of market. So it's building with higher lows. This is where now, this candle, we should see an impulse breakout. All of this volume should kind of break this tiny, tiny zone here. There it is. Okay, so that officially poked its head up. It broke higher high. Okay, now we've got 3 more minutes to go. And it's an hourly close. Okay, so let's really pay attention. So this is, you ask yourself, do you want to trade on an impulse and take this? I tried when the futures market opened up and I got bit. So same situation. If you go in here, you might get bit with a wick coming right back down. Or we officially wait for the volume to close. But it could go without us, right? That's that FOMO, fear of missing out. But if I miss out, at least I can confirm where the volume will close, and then maybe if it returns back to here, this will be a red zone, I make it green. Maybe if it comes back down bearish, then gets a wick, I could buy the pullback going into 9 p.m. Okay, so that's what you got to tell yourself when you're trading, is these things. Do you go in now? Yes, you're going to miss out on possible fill to the upside, but maybe we catch the next candle with confirmation, with a retest, and not just go in on impulse. I already got caught on an impulse trade. I kind of don't want to take another impulse trade, especially going into a new hourly candle. And then you can see we're almost right back to that opening price again. And sellers now are continuing to push it down. There's the wick. Where will it close now? We have less than 2 minutes to go. This is good for learning too, guys. It's good for learning. Whether you're trading, taking trades or not, it's good for learning purposes. See how sellers got caught down there, buyers got caught there, and the market hasn't really moved anywhere. It's frustrated both buyers and sellers. I'm going to ask you guys now, going into 9 p.m., are you guys bullish, or you think they're going to return it back bearish down in here? What do you guys think? Bullish? Okay, so if we're bullish, we should continue to see this bullish candle close above here. If it does, we'll flip this minor inside block for a quick little retest, green. But then the better retest would be back down in this consolidated area, okay? Because I don't think we're going to revisit down in here. Maybe later tonight, but not like the next candle. So we got some areas. And then we know we're buying a pullback. Okay? So if this is a nice bullish move for you, okay, look at now. Here's the close. Okay? So they rejected it by some blue volume, closing above. There's the bearish ignited head coming down. You got to be quick. Okay, so it's bearish ignited, just dropping down. It should technically get a wick right there. There's the wick. Can they return it back to the upside and break out and fill? Then there's your retest. At least we have a confirmed retest right now. But it's that bearish head. Can they flip it? Then maybe we got to buy it. As soon as it flips to fill that wick and continue drive. Yeah, I'm going to buy, okay? So I bought as soon as it flipped blue. Now, first thing I do is I look at my stop loss, okay? I'm looking, where do I place my stop loss? Should I just be below the wick right there and have a extremely tight just below today's, that candle? Or do I go, below the base of that volume of the bigger bullish candle? Or do I go 50% or below that purple line? Okay, so it's holding here. This one I'm going to manage myself. I might not even hold if it comes all the way down here, okay? So now it's retesting again. It's retesting again. So I waited for the volume to close. I got the wick. So I entered on a confirmation with a retest. Now it's showing me how strong the sellers are. So not every time you wait for a confirmation and a retest doesn't guarantee success in trading. Okay, I want to make that clear. You guys see live. I waited for that candle to close. It came down, caught that wick. As soon as it flipped the candle, I bought. And it's right back down to the retest location here. So there. Now we got a good order. It came in a little later, so now we should see redistribution to the upside. To fill that wick, it's a longer wick. It's not those short ones, but hopefully we can fill it and then advance to that red zone, 50 pips, right? Not from there, that was from the bottom. But from here now, we got to measure. So I want to see, can it continue to fill the next wick right there? And that's exactly 50% of that red zone. That would be about 35 pips. If it comes in there, that's again where you can start to reduce your stop loss if you like. This is already 25 pips in profit, right? You can manage yourself. Some people are micro scalpers. They're looking for 10, 15, 20 pips. They've already got it. If we're looking to hold, we got to understand that it could come back down on us, okay? So let's see. We're right back to that opening balance right there, that yellow line. Holy shit, this is going to be a big fight here at 9 p.m. now. Okay, there we go, right up to there. So we flip the daily candle. There's the 35 pips. And then if it breaks out, 45 if we can clear the red zone and get up to those bodies of interest, back right up to here, would be about 60 pips again, okay? And you guys can manage your risk below if you like, okay? It's fast, guys. I told you fast scalping. You saw the body closed above, opened, bearish, bearish, bearish. I saw the wick, and then I bought. But then it came back down in drawdown. Then it picked up the next pending order, and it filled it, and it moved beautiful right back up to there. Okay? So can we continue to get one more punch out of here? But we're trading in a red zone, right? From one zone to the next zone, zone to zone. So we got to, if we're continuing to hold, it could reject back down where we entered. It could come in drawdown. That's why you got to understand that I fail again to take some profit out, scalping from a zone to zone. 90 seconds to go. Now we lost, again, that opening balance. Sellers have the wick right now. Can we continue to drive up? Can we close above a previous wick? Can we close near the high? Can we build off of this momentum? Can we cut it in half if it continues to close strong? All of these things, guys. This is fast trading, okay? It's not for everybody, I'm telling you. But I love this shit. If I was trading really disciplined today, I could have possibly hit a daily goal. But I'm trading a little reckless tonight. I don't know why. Like, what I mean by reckless is my break even is it's not there yet. So I'm still exposed. I don't like being exposed for too long. And then we got to watch now the last 30 seconds. Who will win the war of this opening balance? Man. Okay, so 18 seconds to go back into close. So if we can't get a strong close, at least can we close above that previous high wick? Because then we can build that 5-minute resistance wick into support going forward, right? We got to go candle by candle if we can't get what we want. If it fails to close above that wick, then that wick is still resistance. Then the next candle could open bearish and come right down. Watch. See? There it is. I told you. It didn't close above that, and then it opened bearish and coming right back down. Did you guys hear what I said? Like, it's fast. That's what I mean. If we can't continue to close strong, we had to close above that wick. It didn't. It closed right at it. And look at how they opened the next bar. Bearish ignited. They just dropped it down. So what we got to see now is we got to rely. Do we really have buyers here? We got a higher low support so far. Can they, again, push up against that big bearish ignited head and flip it to fill that wick? These are heavy sellers. They opened it, bearish ignited, and just dropped it. But we've picked up a wick, okay, with a higher low. You see what I mean, guys? You could kind of see that happening. Where I saw where it closed right there at the wick. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it. That's why, guys, you got to really follow. If you're a scalper, you really got to follow where bodies close. That's why it's I tell you, it's critical volume. Where they close these things and where they open them. It's not just by chance that just happened like that. Okay? So, guys, I just got to watch my stop loss. I'm just below this candle body open. Still in. Still holding it. There's a tiny wick there. I'm still in it. But it's up against a lot of heavy selling pressure. Can we get it back above 4,191? So it doesn't surprise me, guys, that the way how that body opened didn't surprise me. So now we just got to see, can we get a little bit of depth of market to bring it right back up? My stop loss is just below that candle. I didn't get stopped the first time. I'm still in it. I have a different broker than this FXCM, guys. Okay, I'm right below it. I'll verbally let you guys know when I get tapped out. Good return. Good return. Good buyers down there. Good return. But if we come back to that opening price, then I know we can flip into a bullish pin bar hammer candle, and then we're filling this wick. But that they opened it aggressive right off the hop. Okay, so we've been going down for 3 minutes, but coming right back up now. Holy. And this is where they're going to hold down the opening day's balance right here. This is the fight, guys. This is the big fight. If the sellers are here, they're here. They're going to hold this down, and they are. And the buyers are showing strength. They're here too, but there's so much selling pressure above us. Man, but the buyers are still pulling it up. So can we flip this candle? Still, it's that hanging man candle. There it is. Can we flip? Turn it blue. If they keep it black, get ready to come back down. There's the flip. So we flip this entire bar. Unbelievable. Okay, so can we continue to fill that wick and drive for the new higher high? Here's the hammer candle, and the fight is at that yellow daily opening line. You see how a lot of the transactions occurred today, like at this yellow line, took us up. Right there when it broke, came down. Now we're right back here. This is going to determine if the bulls or sellers, who controls the next leg, guys. I'm being serious. Oh, man. Wow. They missed me by a tick. I'm still in this. But I'm not getting too confident because it's still a lower high. They could closes right back down black, and then another leg coming down. But we've got good return wicks. Really nice return wicks. Man, we got our candle. That's like, you know, when you're playing poker and you got ace king in the hole, when you get dealt, you got a nice ace king suited ace king. They're not pocket aces, but we got an ace king with this hammer with the liquidity that came down there. So we just got to kind of pop for a new high and redistribute. Oh man, this is going to be a dogfight the last 20 seconds. Holy shit. Fuck. Break this. No tweezer top highs. You might see me smash another monitor. Man, this is disgusting tonight. And look at the volume at that yellow line. Holy shit. 4,195 opening balance. Tweezer top highs, close, black, coming down. We got to get the quick higher low wick right at 50%, right here, right where my dotted line is. If we can't get it, then we're coming back to the opening balance of that pin bar candle. Okay, can we get it right here? Notice how they're holding it down, guys. I told you, this is the dogfight of the daily open right now. Oh my goodness. I just want to get this breakout, and then it could redistribute 60, 70, 80, 100 pips to the upside. Oh my God. Guys, today was an exciting call. Holy shit. Like, if you're in the spot to learn about price action, it's fun. We're going to take some wins, we'll take some losses, we'll take some break-evens, but we'll have a good time learning. And you'll know why I want to break this fucking yellow line right now. Because this is another flag that I don't think I have the patience to sit here and deal with this shit. Man, are these sellers ever tough at this opening balance today. Holy. Okay, so now we got to run it back. We got to go through this again. Can we pick up higher lows? This yellow line wasn't a trend line. It was just an arrow showing are we either moving up or down. So we picked the up motion. We came right back in that red zone again. Again, did I do a mistake, fail to take out profit up there? So I've got to continue to watch now the depth of market below. Can we pick up higher lows? Can we respect this green zone? Will it come deeper in here, pick up a higher low? Or is this just a big bearish candle that's going to spoil the party? So do you guys, lesson for today is how important the daily opening balance is. That's your lesson today. Look at it, still holding bearish. Man. So now it's coming to retest again, this green box right here. Can it continue to hold? Remember, this was the one that was that tough resistance right here. There's the bar that closed. So we had a retest. It came deeper, bounced off of there, closed strong. But those are those tweezer top highs. That's where they didn't allow it to advance, close. This one opened, started dropping down. We have no more new higher highs. That red zone is still holding the opening balance. And then sellers are coming back in. So you see, guys, we came down, the leg back up, and now we found where the wall is right there. So can we continue to build to break out of there, or are sellers in charge? So we got another nice return wick. Again, we got to go through the motion. Flip the candle, turns to a hammer. We can take out those wicks and continue to drive. We have another amazing return. That's a great return from the buyers. Unbelievable return. Man, it's right at the opening balance, guys. Have you guys seen price action like this lately? Man, what a beautiful return candle. So we flip. We've got one more minute to go. If we close strong, we could, rally with this momentum. But let's see again. Can we claim the opening balance? This is like a football game. You know when it's 4th and 1 at the goal line? This is it. This is, you're either going to go all in and score the touchdown, or it's going to be 4th and 1 and you're going to fumble it and you're going to fuck up. This is like 4th and 1 situation in an NFL game right now. 4th and 1 at the goal line. 4th in inches. 4th in pips. 4th in ticks right now. This is 4th in ticks for you guys that understand football and futures trading. This is our 4th attempt to gain just a few ticks so we can break for another high. Man, Amrit, congratulations, bro. Wow, guys. Unbelievable. Man. Here's the close. Again, bearish. So we open bullish. Are we going to barcode bullish, bearish, bullish, come right back up and break out? Or it's just going to be another lower high and they're going to push this right back down. So we do have a bullish ignited candle. Okay, so it's bullish ignited. Let's follow it. Coming up, we're trading into 50% of that bearish candle. So I should see sellers reject this down. No, we still have good. There's the rejection. Okay. Are we still holding our bullish open? Yes. So it just, when it came down, it refueled itself. It went up, couldn't break the high. Again, they pushed it right back down. So it kind of refueled itself again. Can it continue to advance and take out the high and travel up to the point of interest? Again, sellers pushing it right back down. We're still holding that ignited open. So we're in a bull flag. Bull flags have a high probability of breaking out, but this is not just a normal zone we're trading. We're trading at the protection of the daily opening balance. So if sellers are here, they're putting so many offers in the market, and if buyers want to break this out, this is the time to break this out. Otherwise, it's going to be another failed attempt. Okay, so we lost our bullish open. You can tell by the wick. The candle flipped to a bearish pin bar. So sellers now have control. It's a selling shooting star candle pushing down. But it's got to continue to backfill these big wicks, right? So if it comes down, hopefully we can get a higher low wick and continue to come right back up. Or sellers will redistribute and take out that wick. And again, guys, you know, we got to go through this again. These motions. Wow, we got into a real choppy situation now. This is tough volume. If it's your first day, man, this is a tough day to learn. But you're going to learn everything here. So what are we thinking now? Do you guys think we're going to break bullish above here or coming back down bearish? Bullish. So we got to continue to print higher lows. We still have this green zone to feed off of. Okay, so we got a higher low. We have a diamond on the 1 minute. Diamond formation. Nice. That's a good pattern, Dave. So we have, again, an indecision candle coming right back. So when I'm talking about the opening balance of the daily candle, you also can see the opening balance of a 5-minute candle, how important it is to flip the point of interest on the time frame you're trading. That's why when I said all candlesticks have the same characteristics, that's why the buyers are struggling to regain position of these 5-minute candles. So you see, that's what we're trying to do on this daily candle. It's very similar. They're like identical candles, this daily and this 5-minute one, right? So we want to continue to ask to trade near the highs so we can flip the daily candle, nice bullish candle, and start breaking and then filling the daily candle back up. We got another good retest, but holy shit, there's so much selling pressure. Man. And that was a good, strong candle we had right there. Remember, that was a big bearish candle that came all the way down and returned it and flipped the candle. But those tweezer top highs right there at 4,195 and 85 cents. Man, did they ever hold it down. And then that was a good bearish candle that came down. We returned it back up, closed. Remember, this candle opened bullish, ignited, but could not break there. Lower high, lower high, lower high. Red zone still intact. They're bringing it down. So sellers are in control right now. So it's right back to where I entered the position. Crazy fast markets today. They just had a vote and they opened up the U.S. governments. So we'll see how that's going to continue to trade throughout the night and into New York tomorrow, and then to finish off the week Friday. Okay, there's the close bearish. So the sellers have this leg coming down. Again, another bullish ignited candle. Open strong. Okay, so it's a big bullish candle already engulfing the previous volume. So that's quick. That happened in the first 15 seconds. Will we continue with this momentum? Because it's gonna, if it comes up and then we lose all of this momentum, then you can see that sellers will flip this candle and then start coming back down to test this green zone. So that's a beautiful, strong open. Can we continue to ask and trade up here? Again, I don't want to see like kind of lower highs, and then we lose this good, nice, beautiful bullish volume. Okay, so you can see now where the necklines are being created. Came up, resistance, back down. Here's the support. So are we going to get this leg coming back up again and break out? Or is it going to be a double top here and then they're going to come back down, start breaking down? Oh, man. See that nasty rejection wick? Oops. Let me just get rid of this yellow arrow. So they flipped it. So you see how that big bullish ignited open was false? It was like the first 15 seconds, 30 seconds was very strong, came in here, and they rejected it back down. So sellers are very strong at this opening day's balance. Pay attention to this for the rest of the night, guys. Put an alert up there. If we see blue volume closing above, I would increase the alert up here. 4,196. Put it up there. Because that's where it's going to determine if gold is going to continue to be bullish tonight and going on in the night. Okay? Because right now it's failing. Okay, and I'm just going to bring my stop loss just right below that green zone. I don't want to engage in this. So I'm just increasing my stop right there. If it breaks this, I'll be out of this trade. Yep, right there. They got me. So I'm out right there. I didn't want to be part of this candle coming down. So I'm out. I got stopped out right there. 20 pips stop loss. I'm out. I don't want to engage in that. Oh man, today is wild. Today is wild volume. Sellers are in control. Okay, so you guys now, look, I'm just going to clean up the charts just so you guys can see the overall patterns if you're going to continue trading today. Look, I'm just cleaning up the charts. Just want to show you guys the bigger zones to be watching. Just cleaning up everything for you guys. Again, I left money on the table. Okay. So you see, guys, the wall right there now. So you have a double top that came up. One, there was the previous neckline. There was the futures market open, fake out, came back down. So we had the push down, but wick. So that's strong support holding. Daily point of interest, 4,178. That was that nice move coming back up, but it was counter trading this. You see, we couldn't break above there. Okay, so that opening balance, yellow line is holding, and then this is the next leg coming back down. So will it hold support here, or will it come right back down to here? And either you're going to see a double bottom to come back up, and then that's what you want to break, that yellow line, the opening balance. If it does, you could be coming right back up to 4,206, maybe break for a new daily high, and then start driving up there. But if the sellers now continue pushing down, now you see double top with a lower low, lower high, continue push down, that will create the new lower low. Then it comes down to right there, 4,168. And then if it comes a little deeper, you're looking at 4,160. Anywhere in here, and then again, going to go through the drill. Will the buyers step back in? And if they do, this zone is still right here, then it would be a red zone. And then you see what they would be buying into right there. That was support, support, support. If the volume closes below and it comes right back in, again, could be selling pressure to continue to push gold down, right? So I wouldn't be looking to buy unless the buyers can flip today's daily candle back above here. Otherwise, you're looking to buy pullbacks deeper down, discounted areas down in here, okay? So that's how I would go about looking at this for the rest of the night. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up. We went 1 hour longer than expected. We're going to do Tokyo again tomorrow, 6:30 start. And it was fast and furious tonight, okay? Because we just had that news dropped that the U.S. government opened up. So that's going to affect trading all night. Going into London, the way how New York pre-market opens, COMEX tomorrow. Whether you're trading Wall Street with NASDAQ, US 30, S&P 500, I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of volatility tomorrow. So please, guys, trade careful. And we also have some US CPI news that could technically be released tomorrow. They took it off of the schedule. I guess maybe did they cancel it, but it was on here early this week. So tentative, it could be reinstated, or they pulled it. But anyways, it could happen. So just keep in mind. They've taken it off scheduling right now. Okay, guys. So we'll see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you guys for joining tonight's late night session. And I had a couple mistakes tonight. Not closing in profit and bringing stop loss to break even. So I tried to give it a little bit more room to breathe, but you can see when there's a wall in the market, you can see those tweezer top highs. They killed the momentum. I'm telling you guys, that's why I said, when I see these things, I feel like smashing my monitor because I know what could happen. I've seen these things a million times, you know, but those return wicks kind of gave some hope, but nothing materialized, guys. So unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles today. Join us tomorrow again. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the likes if you like this live play-by-play analysis. And guys, we'll do this again tomorrow. And also join Dave also in the live Zoom tomorrow for New York. And if you want to join the team, stocksnipertrading.com. Join the team with us. Okay, guys? Have a good night, everyone. And we'll see you guys again tomorrow. Get some rest. Protected the balance. Holy. Now. Hold it top. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you, guys.
Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stock Sniper Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure.